You know what? Kyrie, and y'all seen this live because I'm really changing my mind. Kyrie,
my God.
Kyrie definitely had to go through some type of repercussion for what he did.
Yeah.
Hey, is there like some kind of sound that you listen? I'm talking about my nigga changed his mind live on the fucking podcast, my nigga.
Yo, let's go.
You need to listen. We need a sound for that.
That's wild, nigga. All right.
Hey, man, I can't wait till we get all the great Deliberators.
Bro, that idea you had for the intro, nigga, when I tell you like
Trish, Deliberators.
Ask Trish, nigga, I was running around the house. I was like, yo, this nigga is a genius, dog. It's like, yo, this nigga is a genius. Cause I ain't creative, dog. Like I'm only to like a certain extent, but like I got levels to my shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, nigga. We can't drop that yet, but when that shit drop, that shit's gonna be ill, nigga. We just gotta figure out who can do that shit. But yeah, that shit's gonna be lit, nigga.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you wasn't feeling it.
Huh? No, I was definitely fucking with it.
Okay, all right.
Like I said, like I could probably figure out how to do it, but like I ain't even thinking no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was lit. So I was all like, yo, this nigga is a genius, bro. Yeah. But what was I about to say? So hold on, wait. Before we get into it, welcome back to another episode of The Great Deliberators. Shout out to everybody that tuned in last week. To everybody that asked me about Stop the Foolishness. We do got another episode eventually dropping because me and my sister recorded one last episode. I'm either gonna drop it Thursday or Friday. You know what I'm saying? So just be on the lookout for that. Before we get into it though, my nigga, did you go vote?
I did vote today.
My nigga, are you allowed to vote?
No.
Okay, all right. Once you serve your sentence, are you allowed to vote?
Probably won't run the risk.
Probably.
Listen,
probably.
I don't know.
You don't know?
Risk it. I'm gonna try to do all the rules and all that, but I don't know if I'm gonna ever risk it, dog.
Damn, word.
Man, I mean, see what happened in Florida.
Yeah.
No. I saw that.
They were arresting people. Like,
But there's no clear cut rule on whether or not you can't go
That's
somewhere
the
and
thing.
find out.
Like what you think is clear cut may not
Can be
necessarily be
changed.
clear-cut.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's like at the time they were encouraged to go and vote, and then
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. A year later,
they can't.
locked
They
up.
can't
you're
vote.
getting arraigned.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
damn.
saying? And
That's
like
wild.
that's just like, especially like when you were gone from that shit and you done everything to leave that shit alone, and they still find a way to like lock you up, dog. That shit got to be like demoralizing.
yeah.
Yeah, it is. And then on top of that, niggas ask me, you know what I'm saying, sometimes like why I can't vote for a certain party. Well, yeah, nigga, they doing everything they can to keep niggas from voting. So like, again, like it just goes against my own self-interest. But with that being said though, I don't really particularly care if niggas go vote or not. I'm just saying is if you don't go vote, I don't care to hear what you have to say on any subject related to politics.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, again, like you ain't got to vote, but like if you ain't at least doing your part, because this is the best system we got currently.
Yeah.
So in which case, if you ain't out here doing your part, then I don't care to hear anything you got to say.
I've never understood, all that being super vocal, and then when it's, oh, did you vote? Oh no, why would I vote? And my vote don't matter. And,
Yeah, that bullshit.
That shit's just.
I asked somebody today, are you gonna go vote? And she told me why, and I was just like, you know what? Never mind.
And look, exactly.
Never mind.
I can't even have a conversation because I feel like your points, you know what I'm saying, you had no leg to stand on. They're not valid because you don't care enough to vote, or you at least, or the thing is maybe you don't even understand the whole premise of voting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get it. It's just one vote, but 1 + 1 is 2, and +1 is 3. To the point you get to, then
Well, see,
it matters in masses. If you think like that, and then you allow somebody else to think like that, and they allow somebody else to think like that, we have a problem.
Well, see, the problem is that I don't even think that what you said is 100% correct. But another layer on that is representation. Mm-hmm. Your vote is pretty much a tally for what you represent. And if you're not voting, then what's going to happen is that you're not going to be represented in maybe the way the money gets divvied up, or the way that certain politicians may want to like pay attention to certain groups in a particular area.
Yeah.
They feel like this area is not even voting, then they're not going to waste their resources, time, energy
None of that.
on that particular group. So
Yeah.
it's important just to vote, even if you feel like it's going to be a moot point, and it possibly could be. I don't think it is, but it could be. Still go out there and vote and get your representation.
I mean, let me adjust these levels here. It's my thing is I understand people's perspective, right? Because if you live in Texas, like, and you vote blue, it's very much hard to see how your vote matters, right? But the point is here is if everyone thinks like you, then it really doesn't matter. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? like what kind of sense does that make?
You're making
politics,
by not voting.
Politics, or at least the conversation of politics is like hitting a blunt, right? It's like you hitting a blunt. If you don't,
which we don't do, we don't hit blunt here.
If you don't put nothing in on it, you can't hit this blunt with me, man.
I'm saying,
if you don't go vote, if you don't go do your part, if you don't give me your little piece, no, you can't. No, you can't smoke with us. You can't. You can't have this conversation. You're not allowed to rant and rave and be upset about whatever's going on. Nah, you just sit there and take it
because you ain't do nothing about it.
Exactly.
You know it's like literally anything in life, right? Like if your situation in life isn't the way you want it to be, you only got one option. You got to get up off your ass and do something about it. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't do the bare minimum, which is to go stand in line, because I walked literally right into that motherfucker. It wasn't nobody in that bitch.
Come on, bro. Look, man, they got early voting,
all this shit.
Drop-in ballots.
You can go to your church. You can go to any public library. Schools are doing it. I mean, it's accessible everywhere. I think there's even places where they'll do a ride share and come pick you up to go and vote all for free.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. So yeah, man, it's one of the things that, again, I ain't knocking nobody personal beliefs, what you believe, what you think, none of that shit. All I'm saying is if you ain't voting, then I just don't care to hear anything you got to say on the matter, because all we have is that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so if especially like you got niggas that can't vote, you know what I'm saying? Don't even know if he's ever going to be able to vote again, you know? And in situations where niggas was able to vote one year, the niggas literally changed the law to start locking niggas up the next year, you know what I'm saying? And so now that's scared niggas who could possibly vote out of vote. And look, you know, all this shit, and you can't even get up to go do something about it.
And I'm a person who really, really, like, anybody who knows me, I really pay attention to politics.
Oh yeah,
and I mean, people like, why and all that, man. Listen, this the shit that shapes our world, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? The politics of 10 years ago is what we live in today. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not paying attention to the shit, like, they can do whatever they want to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can do whatever they want to you. Listen, matter of fact, me getting out of prison was something directly affected by politics.
Yeah.
That's it, you know, that's the truth. That's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump, he made the little bit of prison reform that he signed. He's the one that put into law. When Biden and them got into office, they executed it. They said, okay, you know what? You signed it into law, but you weren't practicing it right. We're gonna show you how it's really done. And people started coming home like a fucking flood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is all because of politics and people paying attention to what's going on, man. So you just, I don't know, you got to really pay attention, man. It's bigger than just abortion. And I mean, all those is like, you know, big topics and stuff, right? But there's all the other little stuff, it all matters too, man. It all matters. Like the interest rates you paying for your houses, you know what I'm saying? These loans that you're trying to get, you know, people talking about student loan forgiveness, all that stuff comes from paying attention to politics. I'm not saying you got to be sitting in front of CNN or Fox News or whatever 24 hours a day, but
And that's not even usually the best places to get information. If you really want it raw, NPR is a good place to go to.
Yeah,
unbiased. They'll just give you, I mean, you can get
just
the headlines. You can get a quick little 15 minutes a day.
Yeah, just the info.
Download the NPR app. You'll get all the information.
I never really think you should go and look for your opinion on what you should think. Like, I don't want you to look for an opinion for what you should think about something. You should go and get the raw facts and come up with your own opinion.
Absolutely.
But a lot of people, you know, they kind of gravitate towards
a particular party.
Yeah, or opinionated shows, and they give you the
niggas want to be entertained. Niggas, it's very hard for people to accept information when it's not being fed to them in a way in which that keeps their attention. You know what I'm saying? So in which case, that's why little things like NPR, where like you can get like daily like listen tos or whatever. Because actually a finance dude that I follow every day, he just give 12 minutes, 15 minutes every day of just, you know what I'm saying, like what's going on in the markets. What you should be doing with this, what you should be doing with that. Just literally, know what I'm saying, what's happening in the market. So in which case, like that's just kind of how like I took things like, that's how I've learned to decipher information from YouTube, right? Like if I follow someone and if I start watching a video and they like trying to direct niggas, I'm like, oh no, I don't need to be following this motherfucker. But like the main dude I listen to, he just literally gives just information, just telling what's going on. So in which case, that's somebody that like, I know I can like go to his shit every single day. But most people don't want to accept information unless it's being given to them in an entertaining way, and I think that's unfortunate, but that's just kind of the way it is.
It's kind of sad because all you're going to do is start like glorifying certain things.
Yeah, but I think that also comes from
make it clickbait.
Being young and like I mean, where do you get your politics from?
I don't even think it's about being young. I don't think it's about being young because even look at some of these adults. Some of these adults will watch Fox News all day or MSNBC, whatever the case may be, because it's entertaining. They're in their particular bubble. They have somebody up there who's borderline saying this or that with their opinions or against their opinions. They find it entertaining.
No, I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying that whole premise of looking for someone that help you or guide your opinion. I'm saying I think we developed that at a young age. I'm saying if you paid attention to politics.
You're also your most impressionable at younger ages, right?
Yeah.
Like you're not going to develop your own shit until like you get out into the real world and see things and experience things.
But I think that's the thing. I think we assume people start to have their own views. I think what happens with most people is like whatever you piggybacked on for like whenever that impressionable moment was in your life. Sometimes I feel like they just kind of compound on that. They never just take a moment to say, you know what? Let me view life for what I feel like. It is, and come up with my own ideas. I feel like they let the politics that they kind of were like given. Yeah, they let that kind of skew their look on life. You know what I'm saying? But also, I definitely don't agree with everything that my parents.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Agree with it in politics. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had like
debates,
like knockdown debates. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, with my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like she just, and I'll tell her like you just, you super old school, traditional. Traditional. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about politics, life, all of that. And I have my own views, and like I guarantee you, like some of the views I have, she does not agree with at all. You know what I'm saying? At all. Stop that.
We were very fortunate growing up because our parents did not allow us to like watch traditional television like Monday through Thursday. So we didn't get to watch like Moesha or whatever, things that were just coming on, television late night, things of that nature. They forced us to, only thing we could put on TV when they got home was either CNN, Fox News, MSNBC. That was pretty much just like that was pretty much it. So that's all we were able to watch. Goddamn. So that was pretty much our entertainment.
Now don't get it wrong, like we was kids, nigga. We definitely snuck in TV time other times.
Yeah. But we're just fully new.
I say that to say that at a young age we were very engaged in the politics.
So, niggas wasn't. No, niggas.
Like you see, like especially I can see my nephews. Listen, they screen time. There's no such thing as screen time. They watch whatever they want to watch all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of kids that's like that. You know what I'm saying? My partner's kids, like, man, listen, like, the first thing they knew how to do before they knew how to talk was
it's not the mic back.
How to operate a phone.
Yeah, just push it back a little bit so it's more toward your mouth.
The first thing they knew how to do was how to operate a phone. You know what I'm saying? So,
but I mean that's honestly that's just technology, and I mean that's kind of way my daughter is. You know what I'm saying? But like I told y'all, like we don't give her that shit until like an hour before she go to sleep. You know
how old is your daughter?
3.
Okay, yeah, well, that's a good habit, man.
Because I'm saying, like, we noticed that, like, she would sit there on that shit like 5-6 hours a day, and really, it was my cousin that sent me this video of like cocoa milling and shit. Or somehow how like kids was getting absorbed into that shit. Like I seen it, like she throw that shit on, bro, and like she'd become like a zombie to that shit.
I think I sent you a video of a kid.
They get paid to find out how can we get kids to get glued to the TV.
They have figured that shit out.
I sent you a video of a kid. Her dad was calling.
Oh, I didn't watch it, but yeah, I saw.
She would hang up on the dad and go right back to
bro. Like that.
He would call again. He would just hang up.
Bro, my daughter would do that, bro. Like niggas would be calling and she would just hang that shit up, bro. Like that ass. Like yeah, bro.
Answer, hang up.
Yeah,
right back to it.
Yeah,
that's how them kids is, man. But honestly, before we end off on this and then move on to the next topic, I do want to say that unfortunately, a lot of it is right. Like niggas really don't know where to look either, right? And so somebody got to give you the game. You know what I'm saying? And so like a lot of niggas look only until like, and the news is different from when like we were kids as well, right? Like a lot, like these niggas now, like damn, they're just informational talk shows. You know what I'm saying? They're literally just having open debates all the time on each show. You watch one so-and-so show, the next one that come on, they literally talk about the exact same shit, and they just bring it on 2, 3, or 4 correspondents and doing the same thing over and over. You know what I'm saying? So in which case, a lot of people don't know where to go to get information. You know what I'm saying? And so it's about educating. So I don't necessarily blame people to a fault because they may be thinking that they're getting information from reliable news sources, but if you're not actively aware that like, yo, you are kind of being swayed by these people's opinions by watching these same people every day because you're going to watch where you most align with, then, you know, they don't know. You know what I'm saying? And ignorance is literally, you know, the of not knowing. So that's how this shit happens.
You got to be able to watch either side and be able to call bullshit when you see bullshit. Mm-hmm. Like you just have to, you know what I'm saying? So I
think the benefit of our generation is, and which is kind of fucked up because like we're sandwiched between, you know, these boomers that like don't want to hear what the fuck we got to say. Is like we are like literally the most well-rounded group of people, of thinkers, like of any generation, right? Like they consider us the most conservatively liberal group of any, you know what I'm saying, generation that there's ever been, you know what I'm saying? So in which cases are like, who best to listen to than us that's between that, you know, 25 to 35 bracket range, you know?
Yeah, but you know, you're never going to get the
information is so much more accessible to us now than it ever has been before.
You're never going to get that generation to like want to listen to you.
Oh yeah, we just got to wait for them to kick the bucket. I mean, I ain't trying to, it's fucked up, but we just got to wait for them to kind of get out of the way.
History, it's going to be the same. When we get older, we gonna be looking at these youngsters like, yeah.
Oh, I look at them like that now though.
Yeah, like y'all ain't do nothing except play with iPads and shit. Like, listen, we really got out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Watch them invent some crazy stuff though.
Oh, shit's gonna get wild, bro. The metaverse is gonna change the game.
They are gonna invent some crazy,
bro. Like that stuff, is man. When this metaverse shit pop off, you ain't gonna see niggas outside.
I'm telling you right now, VR is probably gonna. Did
I ever tell you like the first time I ever had a panic attack?
No.
I never told you. So the first time I ever had a panic attack, I was thinking about dying. It wasn't like death itself that had me like start to panic. It was, I started thinking about all the things that I would miss. Like not family and all that shit, but like the progression of the world, dog.
Damn. You wouldn't
technology.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Flying cars and
I ain't trying to see that shit, but yeah.
I don't know if we ever gonna fly cars.
But listen, you can't
niggas
see
can't drive.
Never.
No. I said I don't think we are gonna fly cars. I just don't see that being like a
niggas
in
can't
1,000 years.
Look how hard it was for us to get to
flying cars is a staple.
Maybe.
And then how many years?
Hovering. I don't know if flying.
Okay, so let's say it's stable. So when do you think the flying car is actually going to be something like that is accessible?
This is 100 years.
I don't see how you can.
So do you think you're going to live in 100 years?
Oh, I don't think I'm.
So when I said that I don't think that I'm going to be able to.
Yeah.
Oh no, you didn't say that. You said you don't think it'll ever be a thing. That's what you just said.
No, I said I don't.
I hope it don't ever come a thing.
I don't think I'm going to be able to ever fly a car
again. So that's what brought my panic attack.
God damn.
Like
you was thinking hard, boy.
Dog,
really.
That's a deep thought.
And I was young.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
I was young. So and like I don't know why it coming. I just, but I've always like listen, since a kid I've always been into, technology. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My first like really big gift was a computer, like a Windows 95 computer. You know what
like
I'm saying?
That is, yeah.
So not being able to see what that computer's gonna look like or what that cell phone gonna look like in year 2097, like
boy, like I gotta be around for that shit. Just
like that shit, nigga.
Maybe by then they can beam shit up to heaven, bro.
Listen, if they ever come up with some what is it? Where they can freeze you, like legitimately, like freeze you and just like bring you out in like 100 years type shit.
Hey, look,
I might sign up.
We finna get off subject.
Yeah, bro. Let's keep me going because this nigga going down a rabbit hole over here.
This is gonna be a great transition. Before we talk about anything that matters, about lives being matter, this and that, just know that your vote matters. So please get out there and vote. It's probably too late now because it's Tuesday night, but next year, or next 2 years, get out there and vote.
Do your part, man. That's all I'm saying. All right. We want to get into Kyrie or take off and then transition into BLM.
I said we discussed this Kyrie.
Yeah, let's get into Kyrie here real quick. Okay. So to be honest,
know what? Let's do take off first. I think Kyrie's gonna be easier transition into the situation.
Okay. So last week, Thursday? Was it Thursday? I don't know the exact day. But Takeoff, 1/3 of the Migos, was unfortunately shot and killed. You know what I'm saying? At an after party, or was it like a?
No, it was at the bowling alley.
Oh yeah, they was at a bowling alley. They was at a bowling alley.
You can call it after party though.
Huh?
You can call it after party.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I think they did have a party for somebody's birthday there.
Yeah. Okay. So he got shot and killed. Another rapper in a long list of rappers that have been killed this year. I mean, real talk. Has there ever been a year where we had this?
I think it was the fourth one this year.
It was the fourth one this year?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seemed like a lot.
Damn. Has these 2 years just been blended together? Because I feel like 10 niggas done died this year.
No, I think it's the 4th one this year. I think Pop Smoke, PNB.
King Von? King Von won this year?
Oh, hell no. King Von wasn't this year.
He wasn't this year? Okay, all right.
King Von's a little old. Are you sure Pop Smoke is this year?
Nigga, I'm old. No, King Von. King Von was,
no, Pop Smoke wasn't this year. Right?
Pop Smoke was before King Von.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I've gotten old, so like all this shit seemed blended together. It just seemed like it's been a really short time frame since, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of people just dying.
Yeah, and it just seemed like rappers is dying left and right. And I mean, that might be an exaggeration, but like, I mean, it just feels that way. Like, I feel like every month we get news that somebody, because didn't they just recently try to kill one a while back? His homie got killed, but he was like, they pulled up on an SUV or whatever. His best friend died, but he still got shot. I don't know. I don't know his name, but it was another rapper. He was almost, you know what I'm saying, taken out. So
they said, so right now I say Trouble got killed. He's in Atlanta. Some of these like his Lil Key, but I know Lil Key died because of something with like his kidney or something. Another one that got killed was Snooty Wild. Snooty Wild got killed this year.
damn.
Let me see. There's a bunch of them that died. God damn, a lot of them that died.
I mean, but this kind of goes back to what we discussed a couple of podcasts ago about the hip hop, you know, culture and these deaths. Like, are there a correlation? And I think it's kind of obvious, man. Like,
I mean, I would think that's a fair assessment.
The glorification of violence, the glorification of just like, you know, wanting to have this emotional reaction when somebody make you mad and like, I'll kill a nigga, I'll shoot a nigga.
I mean, that's how them niggas react, though.
Yeah,
that's how them niggas think.
But I think it's the way they react now because it's kind of been embedded on like, this is how you should react.
Yeah, that's the image that they have to uphold.
Like, you have to do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what the street says to do.
Yeah.
I think for Takeoff situation, what sucks about it is that it was so unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about, and this is just allegedly because we don't have like, you know, official information yet, so we're only just getting things off the internet, Twitter, things of that nature. But allegedly, it was Quavo, Quavo who he was with for somebody's birthday here in Houston, and I guess Quavo got into an argument regarding basketball with somebody else, and after the argument, somehow, some way, somebody was irritated, pulled out a gun, and then started shooting, and then people started shooting back.
Yeah.
Takeoff gets shot in the neck, and then gets shot in the lower body. I think
the arm, I think they said.
So he was shot 3 times, right?
I thought they said he was shot in the head too.
Nah, yeah. No, I think he was in the head.
I thought it was twice upper body, one.
Yeah, no, one shot was definitely to the head. They said they saw multiple shots to the head. I know one was to the arm as well, but to the neck, I mean, maybe, but I know one was to the head.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but to receive, 2 to 3 shots because of a basketball game that nobody even played, they were just discussing at the time, is ridiculous. I mean, it just lets you know that we are getting nowhere. No progress is being made over these past years.
Yeah.
Since Tupac died, has any progress been made in the hip hop culture? And let's just be realistic. Like, does anybody here feel like
the
hip hop culture has made any progress?
I don't know
or
if
do
it's.
You think that we just?
I don't know. I do feel like, damn. I feel like there was a small portion, definitely between 2000 and 2010, where it just felt like a lot of niggas was living lives that like they actually wasn't like living, right? That's kind of 50 Cent beef with like Ja Rule, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas was rapping about shit, but they weren't actually like in the streets living that shit. And then that's when, after that shit happened, that's when niggas really like needed to certify.
But people now who was living that shit is actually doing that shit.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Ja Rule situation, like, I don't really think it was like a shoot 'em up type beef. Like, 50 Cent just was kind of really Lil Boy Ja Rule.
But I'm saying, but he's basically calling him out saying like, yo, like you acting gangster, but like that ain't really like who you is in real life. Like you never been that dude, right? Yeah. Like he was talking about like, you grew up in the suburbs, you know what I'm saying? Like you wasn't.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like that's the little boy shit.
Yeah, so I'm saying, and then that era there spawned, I think, what transpired into like what we have now, where niggas feel like they always have to solidify and certify themselves. You know what I'm saying? Especially once the Chirac shit happened. Like, it seemed like really that's when that shit took off.
Before it was, you had your few rappers that, really did fuck around, but then most rappers was just rapping about an aspect of life that was going on around them.
And they got out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they really weren't like in the mix, like talking about. And I feel like now, like, because especially when it got to a point where it was like, nigga, you rapping about some shit that you ain't living or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think we started to allow, or not even that we started to like glorify like niggas that's rapping about shit that they really live in. You know what I'm saying? Especially like, and like, academics to me is like he's a weirdo or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But he said a couple points that did kind of resonate. It's like the hardest bars be the ones that are like real bars.
I mean, yeah, I do feel like there's an aspect of it that like it does seem more enticing if you believe that motherfucker is really like he was really out here doing that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes it's not even a question of belief. Like know.
Yeah.
That listen, like we heard about this beef in the streets.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden we seen something happen. Now you rapping about it like, oh, it's it's real.
So the question is,
but we do understand that it's not necessary. We do understand that there are rappers out there who are not rapping about like glorifying street shit and are still getting, the same kind of respect.
Yeah.
So for me, I feel like when I talk about has the culture made any progress, do y'all sincerely believe since Tupac and Biggie's beef, has the culture made progress on these deaths or these beefs turning into deaths or just the culture in general leading up to deaths with, with rappers? I
think it did, but then like it took a downturn. Like I do think that there was a small portion where
what do you think?
It legitimately got better, and then like whenever
you think it just got better because Biggie and Tupac eventually died.
Biggie and them died in the late 90s, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of transitioning into like that 2000 era where, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. Who were our biggest rappers when we was growing up? Luda. I mean, T.I. was kind of trapping this shit, right? But like, if you think about like niggas who was like our biggest rappers, you know what I'm saying? Like even Eminem and all them, they weren't rapping about shooting and killing DMX.
But see, again, okay, so boom, this is where I think the issue is. I think the issue is people not knowing their history, right? And the reason that I say that's an issue is because when you don't know your history, you're bound to repeat history. Yeah. And this younger generation, they'll tell you, like, we don't give a fuck about a Pac. We don't give a fuck about a Biggie, a Big L. We don't give a fuck about Jay-Z or none of that. So they don't really understand, like, listen, what y'all got going on, what y'all living right now, what y'all listening to. They've done this already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They've done this already.
But I'm saying I'm going to add a small caveat here because it's also this, social media has changed this shit to a whole nother level. So like before, like them niggas could be out here, right? And you know what I'm saying? Like, even if like niggas was getting into tussles and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you heard maybe like shit pop off, you know what I'm saying? But like to this level now, like niggas get on camera now, start showing guns and shit, start threatening each other over Instagram Live. Like this is an entirely different way in order to handle. But it's gotten
so bad that you talk like even with Takeoff passing, man. Rumor is that they were driving around here in Houston, you know what I'm saying, glorifying and got, on their social medias, got guns in the car. Mm-hmm. Niggas around them got guns, this and that. And it's just like, what's the point?
I mean,
why are we...
They care about this shit. I don't think...
Why are you just like...
I don't think we can ever understand it, though. I don't think we can. I really don't, dog. Like, we don't come from that lifestyle.
See... To me, like, okay, you're right. We can't understand it because I've never done it.
I can't fathom
why I would never do it. I can tell you now, not because I'm gonna be scared or whatever the case may be, but if I get in a car and like niggas in the car, everybody just got their guns on their laps, they got their guns out and they just glorify, just trying to show it off and this and that. Like, dog, get me the fuck out of here.
What the fuck is y'all doing?
You know what I'm saying? Because it seemed like I got too much shit to lose.
Yeah, nigga, I care about life.
Look, you know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead.
I'm gonna say this, man. It's not. Yes, it's glorified or whatever, right? But at the same time,
no, it's definitely glorified.
Yeah, it's glorified.
I want to hear what he wants to say.
Let's not minimize that.
In the same sense, some of those people, right? They just don't know any better. Like this is like the life that they've been living.
That's cap.
No, I'm telling you.
That's cap.
I'm telling you reality.
That's cap, and I'm gonna tell you why it's cap because these same people go to these red carpet events. these same people go to these intellectual. But hold on, but see, here's the thing though. These people that were speaking about the takeoffs, the Quavos.
I understand, but that's not who I'm talking about.
But listen,
if you let me land,
go
you
ahead.
Understand what I'm saying. What I'm talking about is where the culture comes from, right? It's like not saying that Takeoff and them like wasn't, really them niggas or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But like where the culture comes from, the niggas that most of these niggas are like want to emulate, like this is what they really doing. Like this is what they riding around and they got the heat with them. They right there in their lap, you know what I'm saying? And that just comes from like you have to have it. You know what I'm saying? That comes from like you better to get caught with it than without it. Like that's where that shit comes from. You know what I'm saying? Like they dressing nice, big chains. You know what I'm saying? They parking lot pimping. They doing all that. They out there having fun. This is what a good time is to them, dog. Right? Yeah. So when some of these niggas get some money, right? And with the money might come some fame. Some of them just don't understand that you gotta let some of that shit go. Niggas don't be understanding that. Like,
I don't think they just I'm going back with him. I don't believe that. I think they know, but they don't want to.
But see, and I'm glad that you landed because when you say that now that they got the money, you know what I'm saying, and the fame, but they still them, they do know better. Yeah, because these are the same individuals, like I said, who will go to these red carpet events, who will go to some of these high-end meetings, who have to, they do a lot more stuff outside of the street shit to have gotten to this money. And trust me, they are not sitting there with these, white individuals or in these meetings with just guns and this and that. No, so they know that there's a different lifestyle that is available to them. But what they are doing is that they are ignoring it. What they are doing is choosing to look, I've been in Houston for 20 something years of my life. Yeah. Not once have I ever found it fun to be riding around Houston with niggas with guns and this and that. No, have I been to clubs where afterwards there might be some shootings or people might shoot up in the air, this and that? Of course. It happens, It happens everywhere. But I'm not inviting myself to be in those situations. Now, the more that I have to lose now, I'm definitely not inviting myself to them situations. Yeah. So when I see people like Takeoff or Quavo, and for real, rest in peace Takeoff, because for sure. But this is just for hopefully to shed some light to other individuals who may come across this. It's just, look, when you finally have something to lose, act like you got something to lose. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If somebody around you is doing something that they have no business needing to be done, I'm not even saying don't ride around with your, with your piece and this and that, but do you need to be flashing it? Yeah. Does it need to just be out for public consumption? You know what I'm saying? To know that you got it? Because stuff like that invites other people to now want to antagonize. You know what I'm saying? You can still go and do what you want to do and do whatever with certain individuals in certain areas, but you don't need, because what it takes is one nigga to have an emotional reaction to an argument or not to be able to take something well, whatever. And he got nothing to lose, but he's with a bunch of niggas who got something to lose.
That's it. I think the more the issue is because when I see it two sides here, one, I do see, because I do disagree with you, Vince. I know that these niggas know better. I just think that pride means more to these.
Know better. I'm talking about before you get to this point.
But once you
red carpets and dealing with accountants.
But you're here now.
I'm okay, but I'm saying where the culture comes from.
But I hear you, but that shit never gets addressed because once you get money, whatever issues you had before that, you now know money can buy you out of it, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So money only amplifies the issue. You know what I'm saying? Because now nigga get caught with a gun charge. Oh, well, I'm a quick lawyer away, 100 racks, and then I'm good to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, get out of jail free card.
So it's really a lot of the issues that them niggas was worried about, it only makes that shit worse. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas used to have to be low key. Now I can run around flashing my gun or whatever, right? Niggas know who I am. Shit, officer may not even fucking pull me over. He may be like, yo, man, I ain't really trying to get in the shit with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just y'all ain't going about your day.
What's even crazy, and I know this is not the exact argument you're making, but these rappers definitely know better now more than ever because the more money they've gotten, trust me, there's more lawyers. Yeah. There's more people, you know what I'm saying, looking out for them like, hey, don't do this, don't do that. Make sure you're careful with that. Make sure you're riding around with certain security, things of that nature, because they now know that, hey, maybe you don't know, but know now that you have something to lose. So you got to be careful.
But I'm saying, you think somebody like NBA Youngboy, y'all think that nigga listen to anybody?
No.
No.
But again, that comes from. Listen,
I know what you're saying.
There's no question about where YoungBoy comes from. Bro.
Yeah.
There's no question about where the type of life that YoungBoy was living, bro. There's no question about none of that. So when I say like this is the culture, like where they really come from, like this is what they used to, you know what I'm saying? I understand, like, okay, you get to a certain point, like, okay, if you know better, you do better, dog. But like in practice, like this is the life that they've been living. So like when you think of like having a good time or whatever, like there's just certain things that come with it. I want to go to a certain venue. I want to be in a certain part of the city. I want to be around a certain type of people. You know what I'm saying? To do that, I have to, you know what I'm saying? This is what I have to, do. I gotta, have this with me. I have to have this type of person with me. You know what I'm saying? So all that, like, I understand the sentiment. Like, okay, look, man, we have to like, we can't be glorifying this or whatever. But at the end of the day, though, like, they make music about this shit. Yeah, and we jam the fuck out that music. Yeah, no, buy the fuck out that music. Yeah, you go to these shows and. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to them, like, hey, listen, y'all love this life. I spit about this life. Y'all come to my shows. I'm gonna continue living the life that everybody loves. Yeah. Like,
but see, the problem is that, like, kind of what you're doing is giving the cover, making ground for like the excuse to continue. What I'm trying to get you to understand is that, yes, we get it. Like, you came from this life, and you rap about this life, and we consume the music that you make about said life. But bro, let's just use other examples like PNB Rock, Tupac, Biggie, Nipsey Hussle. King Von. Like, we get to a certain point where it's like, you know what? Let me chill out on outside shit. Like, even if I'm gonna continue to make this music and do whatever, I don't need to be taking extra, like, unnecessary risks, you know what I'm saying, just to let people know that I live this life. And that's the problem. Because okay, fine, let's just take what you're saying. It's a part of the culture, and they rap about it, they used to live it, and for them, a good time is to fuck around with niggas who still do this shit, right? Yeah. So let's just leave it alone at that. It's never gonna end. We're just gonna keep talking about the same shit.
This is my different name. Your point is mute when you say, well, they're still rapping about it. Dog, at the end of the day, dog, I'm not making it. I'm not. Listen, the only way for you to kill this, right? The only way for you to stop this cycle is you can't have wholehearted support of the music. And like, at the end of the day, dog, when you get in your car, dog, what you finna do? You finna turn on Infinity Links. You finna turn on Lil Baby. You finna be jamming 4PF. You gonna be jamming Pop Smoke. Like, that's what's finna happen. Yeah. You get in your car, you turn that shit on, you turn that shit up, and you enjoying yourself.
Well, all I'm saying is that if I'm one of these rappers, and I'm not even making that argument, all I'm saying is that if I'm one of these rappers, I would not put myself in areas and situations that are unnecessary, right? Yeah. I would not be sitting up there going to like an outing where it's like, I need to have 20 guns around me and this and that. And it's crazy because you got to have it on you to be ready at all times. But you had it on you just to kill yourselves. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like the op came and did whatever. Like, y'all were arguing amongst yourselves.
Let me give you an example, right?
Like, am I tripping?
There's the type of music that you should support, that you should support. I'm talking about based on like you wanted to stop the culture, right? Would be like
J. Cole.
Listen to some J. Cole.
I do listen to a lot.
Listen to some Toby. Listen to some Lecrae. Listen to some Anderson .Paak.
This nigga said Lecrae.
I'm saying, but I'm like, Lecrae's not going to be caught.
No disrespect to Lecrae.
No disrespect
to Lecrae.
He's not going to be caught in no weird situation like that. Like, look. He's just not finna do that. But he doesn't rap about that type of shit. He doesn't care about that type of shit.
I think for some reason, like, you feel like we're at opposing parts of it. I don't think that that's the case. Like, you can still rap about it and still do it. Don't put yourself in unnecessary situations.
But that's what I'm saying.
Like, I don't.
You're rapping about it.
I don't. But hear me out here for a second, because in the setting that they were in, right? Like, it was a lot of people around. I don't know if that setting itself is the same one that we're talking about. Now, I do get where you're going with it. But again, like, my issue is all like, I don't think enough gets talked about, like, not even just the culture itself, but the fact that, like, these niggas think they them niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Untouchable.
Like they think they untouchable, right?
All niggas think that.
Like, no, y'all niggas think that. I know I'm touchable. Like,
Stop saying y'all. I'm definitely.
I done cut my finger before. I know shit hurt. Okay. Anyway.
Nah, I really don't think nobody can fuck with me. Though.
Okay, all right, that's you. All right.
I can get touched.
I know a 9mm says differently.
I can't get touched.
So, with that being said, though, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not even just so much about the culture. I know it's white rednecks out here running around with a fucking 9mm carrying a shit appendix style that don't think they can be touched. You know what I'm saying? And let them niggas throw back enough Coors Light. You know what I'm saying? Shit gonna go south. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Especially like, so I'm saying, right, like it's, I hear what you're saying, but it's all like when you talk about certain situations, like I see shit every day where people are becoming more violent. You know what I'm saying? And so this is my issue. Like sometimes when people bring that up, I'm all like, bro, I just heard about 2 white dudes that literally got shot each other because nigga kept putting his trash can in front of his house. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I seen a video where a neighbor walked across the street and shot the husband and the wife because they were shoveling snow into his driveway. Yeah. Like I didn't see shit before where it's like, I damn near think it's like an American problem, bro. Like if niggas ain't wrapped too tight and they have a gun, shit can go south quick at any moment.
It is an American problem.
Just last year, the year before that, you just saw for the first time ever in history, people like rush the Capitol. Like, oh yeah, it's never like it's like, never been done. You can't blame that on rap. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't hear about the story about the woman? She had pulled up to a light or something, and there was a homeless man. And she's in a Porsche. She's listening to some loud music, some gangster rap or something. And the whole man was like, could you get that car out of here, please? Because your music is too loud or whatever. And she got out the car, right? And politely shot that nigga twice in the stomach.
Nigga.
Are you serious?
I'm trying not to laugh, though.
Yeah. Nigga. Dog. She's like 34 or something. I forgot what her job was, whatever. She just got sentenced to like 2 years probation.
I'm going home, dog.
Yeah, I'm serious.
I'm going home, bro.
I look it up. Yeah, matter of fact, let me send it to you just so you don't think I'm just saying some bullshit.
Was she white?
Yeah, she's white.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, never mind.
The homeless man didn't die though. He didn't die. He was in critical condition, but he didn't die.
Come on, man. He built different. He ate them 2 shots up like it was nothing.
I mean, bro, he homeless. You know what I'm saying? He dealing with difficult shit every fucking day.
2 shots. What's that? You should at least go 6 times.
He probably was looking at her like, nah, for real. I'm just gonna go kick in the hospital for like 6 months now, so I'm straight.
Look, that's all you got.
Look, all right. So my thing is just here, right? Like when we talk about shit like that, it's like. I understand wholeheartedly like where you coming from. My thing is one, I don't think them niggas can be reasoned with because they transition directly from the worst lifestyle situation possible into the best lifestyle. But also that same lifestyle that they're just transitioning into is the worst for accountability because now they have money and they don't have to answer to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Except for maybe the record label. And then on top of that, the way in which music is handled today, the worse these niggas are, the better it is. You know what I'm saying? A nigga get locked up for getting into a fight. He in there overnight. His lawyer there about, you know what I'm saying, 5 o'clock in the morning. He out by 7:30. He eating IHOP and shit. Like the situations that they find themselves in is the worst to transition into because they never find anywhere where they get held accountable until they meet their end. That's really just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? And so I hear you, but I don't know what can be done about it unless record labels start putting in the clauses like, hey, yo, we ain't allowing y'all niggas to do this shit no more. But
that's not gonna happen.
They would never do that.
I mean,
they would actually prefer it. If
why would you shoot yourself in the foot?
Because the record label's like, hey, if you do die, like, guess what? Like, we own your shit.
Guess what? Yeah. Your music,
we own your masters
100 times.
So, as a matter of fact, please keep living the gangster shit. Just, if you don't mind, record as much music as possible before you do.
Exactly.
But that's where I go back to my original point, though. I think this is indicative of people not knowing their history, right? When you have the young generation not giving a fuck about the Jay-Z's and the Nas's and the Biggies and the Pacs and all the shit that came with that, you know what I'm saying? Like if you don't know what Reasonable Doubt was and everything that he went through on Reasonable Doubt, man, listen, that man had like the feds was in his life, dog. Like that wasn't, you know what I'm saying? That shit wasn't fun for him. You know what I'm saying? But when you don't know that and then you go you skip generations and now all y'all doing the same. Plus, it's exacerbated with this whole fucking social media
been
shit.
able to avoid this RICO
but again,
case that's
you
going
could
on
be
in Atlanta.
avoided.
It's still different though. Niggas that got signed back in the day, they weren't rich for a while. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas was owned by the record
The
label.
problem is now you can make one song. Look, this girl made a Munch song.
She
made a Munch song.
I'm saying though, these niggas going
That's
from
So
one
you can just
aspect.
make one.
I'm just talking about the general aspect.
The money is the
of
thing
you,
though.
of you rapping about what you really live in and the consequences that come from that shit.
I'll be honest with you. I think
That's what I'm talking
it was
about.
probably better for our people to go through.
People really dying.
to go through what we went through, to go through the music industry back in the day. And I know, and I'll
absolutely.
tell you why, because they weren't getting rich as quick.
Oh, yeah.
So they had to work towards that money. So they felt like, man, what I got to lose is this potential bread. Nowadays, man, you can make one single, it trends, and then you getting paper hand over fist.
Well, the difference is
so you woke up with
Yeah, you
you
become an
instant
influencer.
millionaire.
the difference is to get to the point where you're making real bread back then, or at least in our generation, right?
Yeah.
With CDs,
You couldn't really be a young boy. Like they weren't allowed. Like the gatekeepers weren't allowing you. It's just that shit. This is facts.
I mean, but niggas have gotten wilder, more progressive.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
you know what's crazy? I'm not gonna lie. I don't
gatekeepers-
listen to Young Boy, so it's I
listen,
don't listen to him at all.
We're
So I
not
don't really-
allowing
Hey,
a young boy to get through. Like, listen, you had to be a flow rider. You had to be a Ludacris. You had to be a Jason Derulo. You had to be.
I can't say that because fucking Jeezy had every nigga in my fucking school in a snowman shirt, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Like,
listen,
T.I. was fucking trapping, dog. Like niggas, we come from the generation of niggas who had no business trapping, dog. You know what I'm saying?
again,
Like,
listen, and
Like we
then
come from that generation.
people listen, and they'll make the argument that Jeezy really wasn't doing all that.
People make the argument that Jay-Z never lived like
No.
life.
Like, listen, I don't care who makes the argument.
And they
about
stupid
that.
as fuck.
I don't care who makes the argument. Like this is there's paperwork.
But
There's
to be real,
paperwork.
but see, I'm be honest with you. Like that's why I respect Jay-Z so much is because it don't really matter if he did or didn't do it, right? Like you got out of there like. As far as we know, like you know what I'm saying, unscathed. No problem. You got out that game unscathed.
Yeah.
Whereas nowadays it's like niggas get out the game but still want to like live the game.
But that's the problem, right? Like the thing is right, niggas wanted to get out of the fucking game. Like now niggas want
to be in it.
They realize that like, yo, that I don't know why they don't want to get out of it. I don't know if it's because like ain't enough menses in their fucking life anymore. But honestly, I'm going back to like what I believe is the core part of the problem is you make these niggas millionaires overnight and now rich people don't have the same accountability as regular niggas. You have a situation of just niggas fucking up all the time and not giving a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Watch what happens to this music 5-10 years. Like you can even see it now. Like the drill shit that we were experiencing with the Chicago shit, like they not making that same type of music. They not that same type of music ain't coming out of Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, everything goes in. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was gonna say.
Nigga, I understand exactly what you're saying, but that's when it comes with history. Now these motherfuckers, these kids are starting to learn. Like, okay, hold on, like we can't be going hard like that. Or even the niggas that's really in the streets is gonna say, oh no, I'm not finna rap. I'm not finna be getting caught up like Gunna, Thug, FBG. All these niggas is getting, you either get killed or you get locked up.
I mean, but yeah, niggas is like, I think, like again, right? Like I think if you come from a lifestyle where you're prepared to die, I don't know where it ever leaves you if you're constantly in that environment, right? Like if you bring your day ones with you and them niggas still on that type of shit. Niggas used to get in interviews and talk about how they had to separate themselves from other people. I don't see that with a lot of these niggas.
As a matter of fact, they're bringing them people.
They
with them.
not, because they don't have the history of what our generation did.
But also they don't have a music executive in their face telling them like, yo, hey nigga, like we need you on the tour.
They have access to the history. You know,
it doesn't matter if you have access.
But the thing is
Lil
that
Uzi, if you listen to fuck Jay-Z.
All right,
like,
so
you don't need nothing.
I get what you're
did
saying.
Lil Uzi really say that shit?
Yeah.
Huh?
You know,
Lil Uzi did not say fuck Jay-Z.
it was either Jay-Z or Biggie or something like. He was
I don't know. These niggas is disrespectful. So I can see somebody saying it. I don't know if it was Uzi, but these niggas is disrespectful. You don't think NBA YoungBoy would say some shit like that? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these niggas is disrespectful.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Let me not say that.
Look, I'm just saying is to me,
scared of getting canceled.
No,
I'm scared of getting pulled up on. And like, I don't need niggas to know where you live because I'm gonna be here a while.
trust me. I just think that the way, you know what I'm saying, the videos the shorts and videos I be seeing on NBA YoungBoy, like, I think NBA YoungBoy definitely needs to be listening to this podcast. Like, definitely. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Tune in, my nigga. Hey, NBA, tune in, bro.
Listen to YoungBoy for 20 minutes and you'll realize he will never
No, that nigga
listen
been on
to
it.
this podcast.
And that's more the reason why I say, nigga, you need to definitely listen to this podcast.
But
I don't be hearing NBA YoungBoy getting in this shit though. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Ironically.
but you know why? Because he
Ironically.
really lived that shit, nigga. So like, it ain't clout for him. It ain't like he don't need to go get in no mix. Like,
and maybe that's the thing too, right? Like a lot of these niggas ain't get into it enough. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
like maybe that is too, right? Like maybe niggas who was really in the thick of it ain't out here getting that same
Listen to
shit
yourself, dog.
because they
And
done
that's what I'm
seen too
saying,
many.
like-
YoungBoy has really cried about for niggas that he fucked
lost
with and grew up that he's lost. Nigga.
Yeah.
He's really
Thank
cried
you,
for
man.
niggas, dog.
Yeah.
So he understands, like,
He
hey,
got out.
listen,
Yeah.
like the bullshit is real, dog. Like, ain't no point for me to be going to go look for it because I done lived way too much of it. Matter of fact, I'm trying to shake that shit off me now because you know my life, life is too dark as it is. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard for me to keep a happy moment happy just because of all the bullshit I went through. So yeah, nigga, that's why he stays out the mix. Also, he's fighting a hell of a motherfucking case.
Yeah.
You know, I'm talking about a motherfucking case.
I ain't read into it, but yeah, I know he low key because of that.
Nigga, it's the feds. I want to say he was, listen, if it wasn't like one step away from Rico, like it might have been Rico, but right now he's looking good because the last thing I heard was that the feds that submitted the warrant to the judge submitted erroneous information and like drastically erroneous, like no reason that you could have got that wrong, and they submitted that for the warrant, and then they pulled a bunch of YoungBoy's videographers' tapes, and they're saying like it don't matter what you found on them. Doesn't matter what you found on them. You lied, like big time lied to get those tapes.
But see, again, money allows you access to niggas who are really good at their fucking job.
And this is something I was telling him because listen, there's some aspects in my case, right, that I feel like, listen, if I was, a young boy or YSL or whatever, easily would have whooped it. If I would have got anything, nigga, it would have been probation or like something light, a year or two. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would have had time served just from the time that I was locked up fighting the case or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But because you don't got access to like big lawyers like that and they can pull all these little information or look into little aspects, you don't want to take the chance of fucking with these people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you take your plea agreement, dog. Like, listen, the justice system ain't skewed to be fair to everybody.
No, it's not.
You know what I'm saying?
But we know this. I mean, so and again, to table this off so we can transition to the next thing. It is, I don't know how many more conversations, because we ain't the first podcast to have a conversation about this. We ain't gonna be the last. Matter of fact, every podcast that had one this week, I'm sure over urban culture, talked about this shit. Like,
yeah.
How do you change niggas who ain't got no reason to listen to us? Like, we broke to them. Like, they don't give a fuck what we think.
It's not that we broke to them. We is broke to them.
Like, oh yeah, the truth, right? Like, I mean, but I don't see these niggas ever changing.
Man. Yeah, we might not have the same money that you got, but we might be able to put you on game that can help you keep your
But them
life.
niggas is going to $1 million worth of game and not listening to them niggas.
Dead
For
ass.
sure.
Wallow told Young Thug, yo, nigga, slow down. He ain't hear shit. He ain't hear a goddamn thing. That shit went in one ear and out the
know,
Man, Wallow cried.
Yeah.
Wallow was crying.
He broke down, dog.
I think what sucks is that like it hurts because these are some people that have been in the trenches and that have just dreamed about this money. Like the other day, me and my brother were talking about how, like, what would we do if we won the jackpot? Right,
1.9 billion.
and I think somebody won it in Cali.
Nah, it's 2.
No, somebody won it in Cali yesterday. 1 point something.
1.9.
Yo, but it still went up. It was 2.4.
No, it was 1.9. It was 1.9.
It's not 1.9. If they won it, they won the 2.4 shit.
Damn, it don't matter, nigga. They won $1 billion.
Either way. So we were talking about how much.
Somebody won it?
Yeah, somebody won it. One person. in
Yeah,
Cali.
somebody in Cali.
One
Fuck, dog.
I wouldn't even know how to act, dog. Like that as like 300 million, but that money different when you hit $1 billion.
I don't want to get just quickly off subject. I already said if I ever want something like that, I'm disappearing for about like a month. And when I say I'm disappearing, like
I can't technically disappear. But
nigga, my nigga, we made
you definitely
you could definitely disappear with a $1 billion.
Look, I don't know how you gonna say it on here.
But dog, nigga, you could definitely disappear.
I will buy another Vince.
Nigga, first off, matter of fact, nigga, you could buy whatever you want, nigga. Man,
buy another Vince, he'll be here till 2020.
I mean, I definitely would try to bribe some people.
Vince don't even exist no more, nigga.
Nah, we just joking. We just joking.
Start calling you
Fuck is you talking about?
That
If
nigga,
I had $1 billion, nigga, bribing was the only thing I knew how to do.
Fuck out of here, nigga. The feds know, nigga. Y'all know. He come up on $1 billion. Vince don't even exist no more. Vince don't even exist. We gonna start calling nigga Steven.
But and it's crazy that we're talking about that because for these people, they hit the fucking lottery. You know what I'm saying? For
like
them,
that ass.
They've literally hit the lottery, and I feel like what they did was like wanted to get right back into the trenches and be like, "Hey guys, I hit the fucking lottery."
Yeah.
And my thing is like, you keep doing that shit. Niggas in these trenches want to hit the lottery too, and all they gonna see is just you as a meal ticket. So for me, it's just like, damn, like now that you like, have you?
Didn't Young Dolph die this year too?
Huh?
I just thought about it. Didn't Young Dolph die this year too?
He did die. Trying to do some good shit, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
No, he just was trying to buy some cookies.
But he was super philanthropist in Memphis though.
Huh?
He was super philanthropist in Memphis though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so he was out there taking care of it.
But my
But
thing
he
is like,
also fucked around.
y'all hit this lottery. You finally get out. Like, did y'all never have conversations about what you would do? Like, if you made it, if you actually like was able to like get to your dream.
I
Because
think
it seems like y'all do, and it's just like.
But we know through every study in the history of the world that money is never enough. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
that like if you don't have real fulfillment, then no matter what you them niggas keep trying to fulfill their life by doing stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that money, like I said, that shit only creates a situation of complete unaccountability. They literally go from niggas who didn't give a fuck if they would even make it to the next day to niggas that like don't gotta give a fuck because
don't give a fuck.
you know what I'm saying? They're now millionaires.
Yeah.
And how many times T.I. been arrested for gun charges and niggas still out here free? Come on, big dog. We know that money, if it's long enough,
man.
if that money long enough, nigga, you can beat anything.
Hey, make it make sense.
You can beat anything. So in which case, I just feel like this is always going to be a mute point because we don't live in a real democratic system. We live in the, the oligarchy. You know what I'm saying? Niggas with money.
Don't let me get money like that. I'm
Niggas-
doing exactly what Dave Chappelle did. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Y'all gonna miss me for a couple years. I might
That
have only been gone for a month, but
That is.
y'all just gonna see me for a couple years.
It's a whole world out
Buy
here,
some
bro.
land, put a house on there. Let me just get the fuck away from everybody.
It's a whole world out here, dog. Like, and that's more so what I want them niggas to learn, bro. Like, yo, nigga, go fucking skiing or some shit. Nigga, go see the top of the mountains or some shit.
Travel,
Like, nigga, go do some shit. Like, yeah, nigga, clubbing and all that shit. That ain't all that it is to be done. You know what I'm saying? I'm less about them niggas even understanding now that like, yo, you ain't gotta be like in the trenches and shit, still doing shit. I'm more about nigga, go experience life so that way you can know that like this is the reason why you shouldn't be out here. The reason why you should be caring about life. But like, again, I just don't know how far this conversation will ever go if like, you know what I'm saying, the status quo is to remain of them niggas blowing up and until we hold them accountable, right? Like the baby. We talked about that today, right? When I sent you that shit. The baby sells, this nigga out here doing a buy one, get one free at
He's
his
an idiot.
concert, dog.
That dude's a fucking dumbass, dog. And it's just like you fumbled the bag.
And how many times did we keep seeing the baby every fucking month he was getting into some shit? Every fucking month he was getting into a fight.
What did I say? I said he was like a badass
His
kid.
dog.
Just eventually,
he literally made niggas tired of him.
it's cute and funny at first, you know what I'm saying? But eventually it's like, nigga, shut up and go sit down somewhere.
Also, I don't think his music slap all that much. You know what I'm saying?
It does not.
I'm gonna be
nigga.
honest with you, man.
Not
The
enough
baby
to-
shit sounds.
He got like a cool
It
cadence.
sounds like the same shit.
Yeah, every song.
Every song sounds
He
like
got a
the
cool
same shit.
cadence, but
I
like,
didn't even like the Bob shit. I fuck with the Bob shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen. The dude had a nice little style, it was refreshing, whatever. But it just kept the same. And then he oversaturated, dog. He oversaturated.
He's on like everybody
my
track.
nigga, take a cue from Roddy. Take a cue from Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you put something out, make sure that motherfucker's gonna hit. But don't be doing like over and over and over and over again. You know how long Roddy Ricch lived off of Please Excuse Me for Being
and
Antisocial?
listen, let me tell y'all something. Roddy Ricch was in my top 5 after that album. And
Dog,
I don't care what
that's the
anybody.
only
I don't give a
album.
fuck what nobody say. Bro.
I still ain't listening to it.
Bro, that
only
album,
Yeah.
when he went to prison, there was 2 albums that got me through like the first 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
It was Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial
Yeah.
and Paradise Lost by what's his name?
Rick Ross.
Rick Ross. Paradise Lost. Those two albums.
Yeah, Paradise. Listen, that was my shit too.
Roddy Ricch's album, I think, and this is no cap. I drove from here all the way to Atlanta, so from Houston to Atlanta. I think I listened to that shit on repeat about 15 times.
Damn, I'm gonna have to go jam
those two albums just repeating back to back about 15
Paradise
times.
Lost is not an album. Paradise Lost is a track off of I forget the name of the album.
Is it God Forgive Me?
No, it was the purple background. Damn.
Yeah. The one the one with Devil Is a Lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that album. Yeah, that album slap. Yeah.
Please excuse me for being antisocial. I think that shit came out in January. They do the awards at the end of the year.
Yeah.
For an album to come out at the beginning of a year to stay alive all the way to the awards at the end of the year.
Mastermind.
Yeah, that's what it is. My dude, he got best album of the year for an album that came out literally the very first days of the year, bro.
Damn, I'm gonna go peep.
And the way the album ended, I'm not gonna lie to you. I listened to the whole album. I was like, man, this shit good. And the last track was War Baby.
Yeah,
with the he had the choir.
Hey, bro, listen, War Baby.
With the choir? Oh,
War
shit.
Baby had to be the livest track of the whole year. Like I had easily heard, man. That was.
Please excuse me for being antisocial, and which is not. It's not gonna be everybody's tea, but it was like his. It was like his Get Rich or Die Trying, like his, it's one of those albums that, like, even as like it's gonna be hard for you to remake that shit again. Yeah. It's gonna be hard for you to ever like be that.
The second album, I'm not gonna lie, man, it was a flop.
It was a flop.
It was a flop. It's only a flop in comparison.
Yeah,
and that's what I was gonna say.
And that's the problem when you ever have to go up against it, because 50-second album wasn't all that either.
No, but it was a good album though. Yeah. It was legit. Like anybody else would be proud to have an album like that.
He had about 3 or 4 tracks that I would listen to still today.
I still tell niggas to this day, I think it's the best freshman album ever.
Who?
Like Get Rich or Die Trying.
Listen to me.
Listen, that's one of the best albums, period.
Go listen to
Roddy Ricch?
Yes, go listen to it.
All right, I'm gonna peep it.
Trust me, and when you put it on like track 1,
I'm gonna peep it because, like I said, like I've yet to come across an album that to me, you know what I'm saying, like Get Rich or Die Trying is like, it's a classic in its own, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to go, I'm gonna go peep it. Okay, speaking of that, let's segue into this here real quick.
Hold on, can I give you another good freshman album? Just one.
What?
Soul Trap.
Who's that by?
Yeah.
Bryson Tiller.
Bryson Tiller?
Trap Soul, excuse me.
Oh yeah, we
It's cool.
Man,
it's cool.
No, it's a good album.
I don't know.
It's a great album.
It's good. I don't do people like Bryson Tiller because I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I just don't do the niggas that can't really sing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like R&B is my thing, right? Stop. Hold on, no.
Stop.
This ain't enough for debate. Singing is a measurable skill. You know what I'm saying? Like it's actually measurable.
He can sing. Like
no.
He may not be able to be your Mario Winans and your Luther Vandrosses and shit.
I'm saying,
but he can fucking sing.
But that's why he called it soul trap.
I don't know,
right?
It's trap soul, yeah.
No, so don't get me wrong, right? Like I just don't do niggas like that. You know what I'm saying? Like so. I heard it. It's definitely a good album.
Do you
know
know
what I'm saying?
Can sing?
Yeah, I mean he can ad lib really good. You know what I'm saying? But I
think Rod Wave is a good artist.
I think Rod Wave is probably a better singer than Bryson Tiller though. Hey. Like if you would have asked me,
okay,
I would say he probably a better singer than Bryson Tiller.
That's your opinion, baby.
I think we split hairs on that one, but okay.
I don't know.
What you think about Mo3?
Mo3?
Yeah,
is that the dude from Dallas?
Yeah.
No, I ain't never peeped him.
What's the song that you had that was real popular on the radio?
Man, fuck all that, man.
Outside?
Huh?
Yeah.
Outside? I probably heard it. Probably didn't jam it that much. Fuck all that. All right, Drake and 21 Savage. Better than CLB?
I haven't listened to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
I've only listened to like 3 or 4
watch
tracks.
CLB.
CLB is cool. I don't even have nothing bad to say about CLB.
Although,
it's better.
Although I respent CLB, it was much better than like I initially took it.
Listen, I told you that.
It was much better than what I
listen.
But
there's not a Drake album that you can listen to first try and be like, and just hear everything that is worth.
I don't know. Though. Take Care, nothing was the same. Like from the first spins, I was like,
that was so long ago. My
that ain't the point. You said there's no Drake albums.
No. What you about to say?
Huh? I said from the first spin, like I was like, yo, these hoes is classics.
Okay.
Listen. Yeah, this is the thing. No. I remember that moment when I listened to Drake Take Care. Yeah, I remember. Matter of fact, to be honest, I remember feeling like that when I was listening to So Far Gone.
Man, look,
You have
I
to
remember.
remember-
So Far Gone was good though.
You have to remember, like,
So Far Gone was good.
what music was at the time when So Far Gone came out.
I
Like,
remember when Drake first came out and I was bumping him. And it was like, I was getting so much ridicule by everybody. Like,
I know, like niggas was definitely dead ass.
soft,
I
really.
always fucked with Drake though.
no. Hold on now. Hold on.
As a matter of fact, bro,
Hold
and
on.
if I'm not mistaken, I believe.
Oh no, you're wrong.
I
You're
believe.
wrong. No,
I can't. I was
no, you're
young,
wrong.
so it's hard
You're
for me to
100% wrong
like
because
tell
I
you
can tell you-
definitively.
Because listen, I could get any one of my niggas and they could tell you the shit that I went through when I listened to
Okay.
Drake. I can tell you the girl. Listen, the first person who ever even said Drake. I can tell you where I was when I first heard Drake, dog. I was at
I don't even know.
the Towers at University of Houston, bro. Anybody from Houston or at least been to school at U of H or whatever, they know exactly what I'm talking about. I was at the Towers, University of Houston. I was in my partner's dorm room, right?
Yeah.
This nigga was asleep. I was on a computer at that, we broke, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So we just
Dead ass.
I ain't got nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to spend no money. Fuck, I'm just on the computer. I don't have no internet in my dorm. I'm on his shit. I'm just fucking around. I'm on the phone or whatever. I'm talking to Gabby. I'm talking to Gabriella Otoya, dog.
Okay.
Why are you
And
dropping names like
Listen,
that?
I just want
Name
you to know
dropping.
I remember everything
Damn.
about
He
this
remember
moment, dog.
the
No,
moment.
no, Gabrielle, you told us.
And then she said, she's like, I think I asked her what she was doing or whatever, and she said something just listening to Drake. He's about to come. He's gonna have a show here soon or something like that. And I said, who the fuck is Drake? And she's like, how you don't know who Drake is, right?
Yeah.
Nigga, and I was like, this is so fucking early. This had to have been like 2008, 2009. Like this was so
Damn,
fucking,
before the mixtape.
Man,
this was early, my nigga.
Damn.
I want to say I got onto Drake 2008.
You know what I'm saying? Like
2008.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Junior, it was
that's
my
even
sophomore,
before
junior year in
that's
high
even
school.
before
he officially dropped
Yeah.
So Far
This
Gone.
is-
Matter of fact, the So Far Gone that's out now on Apple Music was not the same So
It
Far
wasn't the same
Gone
one.
Yeah.
that I heard, that I listened to. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I
I
got
listened
you.
to my So Far Gone in pieces on YouTube.
I got you, dog. So yeah, so you remember the moment. The point I'm trying to make here is though, I don't know. I think why couldn't we get this album a solo album? Like why it had to come through a collaboration? Because it's clearly better than CLB.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna say. I think
Because honestly,
I don't think you're gonna get this type of Drake solo.
I didn't care for 21 Savage. Really,
I don't think
right?
you're gonna get this type of Drake
You
solo.
too monotone for me, but I mean, like he
No, I
works
say
on
the
the.
same thing.
Like-
I say the same
Bro, he
thing.
has
But he kind of came with it on this.
Bro,
though.
I felt like it just. I don't know why I feel like it works this time though.
It is,
You know what I'm
he
saying?
came with it. Like,
No, I gotta
he
listen to
had-
this
he had-
album.
First of all, he had more energy than he normally does.
That's a damn word, because that's the reason why I don't listen to that nigga.
Yeah, we had more energy than he normally
I don't
does.
know. I didn't even feel like he had a lot of energy, but I just
But I
feel
think
like
that was indicative of Drake being there with him the same way I feel like you're not going to get this type of Drake by himself.
well, nigga, get niggas in the booth and just record by yourself, nigga. What the fuck? we
You're not
talking
going
about?
to get like,
Man,
listen,
head
Drake matches that energy on a track, bro. Like, listen, okay, look, let me tell you something, dog. I would love to have a Drake and Rick Ross album, right? But you know the difference. Like,
Oh, shit.
even then, I don't think a Drake and Rick Ross album is gonna have this same kind of punch. I feel like it will have, the same level of punch, but not this same kind of punch. When he's with Rick Ross, he's a little bit more like he's a lot more nuanced. You know what I'm saying? He's a little more even kill. He's a little bit even more monotone. You know what I'm saying? When he was with this 21, like, nigga, like, there was energy, nigga.
Yeah, I
like
was
the
gonna say,
first track,
this-
nigga, everybody made a meme of that shit, nigga.
Like, yeah, nigga, like this shit slap, bro. So I'm trying to figure out like why Drake ain't putting these out. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey,
but
man,
hold on, we ain't taking too much more time up on this shit. I just
Oh
want.
no, I think I
just
like
wanted to get your
listen,
opinion.
her loss, he killed it.
Her
He
loss is
killed
that
it.
shit. I done spent that hoe 3 times. I done spent that hoe 3
Her
times,
loss, he
nigga.
killed it.
No cap.
All right, I'm about to go ahead and put it on.
Yeah. All right. So before we get up out of here though, because we was gonna get into Black Lives Matter, we still gonna have to hold that shit off.
Yeah.
All right.
Damn.
So let's talk about Kyrie though.
Okay.
Hey, you listen, y'all. The next episode, we definitely talking about Black Lives.
Absolutely. Hold on, wait. Here. Okay, so we got 20 minutes. Let's get in Kyrie and then let's get in Giselle and Brady. Then we'll get in Giselle and Brady.
That's
So-
cool. We'll do that.
So here's the thing, right? Me and him on the same page. So do you feel like what's happening to Kyrie is excessive?
Do I feel like what's happened to him is excessive?
Given what he's being asked to be done by the Nets.
Okay, tell me everything he's being asked to be done. How about that?
Damn, nigga.
For me to answer.
Hey, this-
not being excessive.
Hey, you know what? This is my fault because I should have had that shit.
Yeah. Now, while you're looking for this, I'm gonna say this, right?
Yeah.
it's hard for me to feel bad for him, bro, because I feel like this was unnecessary. I feel like this was completely unnecessary.
How's it unnecessary if it's what you believe in?
Listen, that's fine. That's fine, dog. But we live in a world, my nigga. Like everything you do and say is curated, my nigga. Like whether it's by you personally or somebody else, my nigga. Like there ain't no more freestyling. Like you just can't do that. Like especially when you fucking with touchy subjects, my nigga. On top of that, my nigga, like you fucking with an organization that, you know what I'm saying, historically has been known for like, hey, you know what I'm saying, watch what you say. You know what I'm saying? Like, my nigga, I get it. You know what I'm saying? You have some beliefs that you want to put out in the world. That's cool.
All right,
but
here we go.
They have some very valid points. These people denied the Holocaust, bro.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Report. Nets, Kyrie Irving must meet 6 conditions to return to team. The Brooklyn Nets have told Kyrie Irving he must meet 6 requirements to return to the team. The Athletic Shams Charania reports the items are: Irving must apologize for posting a link to a documentary containing anti-Semitic material.
Which he did.
He also must condemn the movie. Okay, he didn't condemn it. Irving must make a $500,000 donation to anti-hate causes.
This is fine.
Irving must receive sensitivity training. Irving must
Nothing wrong with that.
Irving must take training to educate himself on anti-Semitism. Irving must meet with the Anti-Defamation League and Jewish leaders. And Irving must meet with the Nets owner, Joseph Tsai. That's how I'm saying that, right? Because the T should be silent, right? Tsai. To demonstrate his understanding of the issues. The Nets suspended Irving for at least 5 games without pay on Thursday. It says Nike has also suspended its relationship with Irving. That's not excessive. It's not excessive for just posting a tweet. And then on top of that, he never said anything in the vicinity of anything Kanye said.
No, he didn't. But the posting of the tweet was the issue of the content. Like the content.
And I just want to verify what he posted was just
the link to the movie.
Was pretty much the link to the movie on Amazon.
Yeah.
Correct.
And he has some kind of caption that he came up with. It wasn't just a link. He had some words that went with it though. He definitely had some words that went with it.
What was the words?
I can't remember the word. Like you can look it up, and he had some words that went with it.
I'm gonna find it.
This is what I'm gonna say about.
I'm just saying I ain't seen nothing yet to warrant any of this.
I think that just like these rappers that we talked about earlier, you gotta move like you got something to lose. Sometimes your opinion, whether it is good or bad, if it's gonna be detrimental to your bottom line, you got to be careful on what you do.
Yeah.
Kaepernick, for example. I'm not disagreeing on what Kaepernick stood for. I think most African Americans could probably stand up and say, you know what, especially in hindsight, that police brutality was definitely a problem, was an issue. And we fast forward to now what happened to, damn man, what's his name? Fred, that just died with the kneeling on his knee.
George Floyd.
George Floyd. I don't know why I said Fred. But George Floyd, what just happened to George Floyd, literally police brutality just a few years later from whenever Kaepernick kneeled down. It just lets you know that whatever his cause was a valid issue. Now, did Kaepernick need to continue to kneel? Did he need to continue to try to stand on that ground, you know what I'm saying, knowing now looking in hindsight for his career that it is completely over now?
Yeah.
I think what Kyrie Irving is doing is he's pretty much utilizing his platform to stand up for a cause just to stand up for it. There's no need for it. There's nothing. I don't know if there's some type of Jewish fight that we're supposed to be fighting right now that we're not made aware of.
And one day we got to get into that because for the longest, I've just never understood this beef that like people have with the Jews. You know what I'm saying? And like not just even like this recent shit with like Kyrie and like shit. I've been seeing it since like forever, right? Like in movies and pop culture, like niggas have made references about.
I mean, I think the idea is they believe that like the Jewish people are like the gatekeepers.
But everybody.
That's my point.
It's not the 1% of 1% of 1%.
That's my point, bro. Like
that's my issue here.
My dude, we live in a world where we know that at some point, like, hey, listen, like at a certain hospital, there's gonna be a lot of Africans. Or you go to like a hotel, most of the cleaning staff is usually like gonna be Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? So it's not crazy that at some point in our history that a lot of the music execs probably came from Jewish communities, or a lot of
they were the first lawyers, if I'm not mistaken, to like
to do divorces and stuff.
Yeah, so they got a lot of the bread.
We're Jewish, you know what I'm saying? So like history will tell you, like will show you, like, hey, listen, like these people chose these pioneers to be the front line on, and guess what? It paid off for them. Just like sometimes it didn't pay off for whatever, you know.
I mean, I understand all that though, but I'm just saying, like, it's this constant need to talk about Jewish people as if like it's all Jewish people. And the crazy thing to me is like, because when I hear Kanye talking like that, it's like, nigga, like you're a black man, bro. Like you should know that like if somebody was talking like this about black people, this would be a motherfucking problem.
It would definitely be a problem. And that's my thing. Is like, why can't we? Okay, if there's an issue that you are having, even with the community, why can't you articulate yourself better than posting something about a video or some type of message that is obviously saying that the Holocaust never happened, or we're literally going to be shitting on the Jewish people, whatever the case may be. Yeah. Articulate what the problem is.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you feel like
the elite of the Jewish,
or whatever,
the elites of the Jewish community,
that, you know, it seems as if the people in the Jewish community are gatekeepers of me not being able to get my ideas out on, out there to the masses, or whatever the case may be. Yeah. Say something like that. But when we start talking about like slavery and
this nigga just says Jewish people, like, nigga, like.
You can't do that because
get more particular on what you're saying, bro.
Because if a white person came out and said black people,
I think that's the issue. I think people just have this broad idea of what they want to say, but they're not understanding. Like, hey, listen, the art of your articulation is the finesse. You don't know what you're saying. You're just saying this broad idea, but like one of the rules, like the 48 laws of power, are don't insult someone that you don't mean to insult. You know what I'm saying? Like don't just say something broad and feel like it's gonna be an accepted ideal when, you know, there's some people that are gonna hear what you're saying and be disturbed by it. Like, to me, that's reckless. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If you have a beef, articulate exactly what the beef is.
Exactly what it is, yeah.
No, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to be real vague or whatever. If they did that to us,
it'd be a problem. Like, say names. Say names. Or give
drop
companies.
Names, nigga.
Or whatever. Like,
even when you say names, to give the reason why.
Because if you do say, even if you said 6 names and they're all Jewish, cool. You said 6 names are all Jewish. Mm-hmm. We don't even need to know that all 6 of these people are Jewish. Yeah. You don't need to throw in a whole community of individuals, because trust me, when what's his name did that with the Clippers, and he brought in a whole big couple of people, and then all of a sudden talking about Magic Johnson, his ass was gone. Yeah, we blew up because of that.
Yeah, that is.
So it's one of those things where, but I feel like Kyrie is in a position now where, because of what happened with the whole vaccination, he just wants to fight anything that he can get his hands on.
I think he's gone down a rabbit hole because he also thinks the Earth is flat.
Exactly. I think that's the idea that we have.
If it could be against the grain, let me be against the grain.
That's the idea we have with Kyrie. I think that's why they even. To be honest, at this point, I wouldn't say that if someone told me that the Nets just wanted to get rid of him and they are looking for a reason to get rid of him, I wouldn't say you're lying. I wouldn't believe that you're telling me some bullshit.
Absolutely, but that's my next thing. I absolutely think they're doing this to try to get rid of him.
So that's why I'm saying it's hard for me to feel bad about what they're doing. Listen,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think the Nets. I don't see.
He just provided a reason for them to get rid of him.
You've now given me something.
I don't think the Nets. I don't think the Nets want to get rid of him. And the reason why I say that, y'all, is because basketball is not like football, man. There's only 5 people on that team, and usually you only get about 1 to 2, if you're lucky, 3 superstars.
Well, at least one thing they do want to do with him, they want to humble him.
But he has to take a complete 180 because.
See, here's the problem. It's kind of like with the Texans, right? If when the Texans lost Deshaun Watson, the whole team went to shit. Still is shit. Right? If they lose Kyrie Irving, they cut him or do whatever. Don't matter if you got KD. That team is that whole team is done for.
They're trash now, though.
All of them, huh?
They're trash now, though. They're not getting with them. Right, so why not save 100? Well, I don't know. They only say like 40 million probably this year.
They save money off of what the 5 games that they suspended, because that's without pay, so they get to save that money.
Yeah, so
but I'm saying it might be even longer if he doesn't complete these tasks.
Yeah, I'm with you on the whole. Like this nigga, you probably just only provided them ammunition to get rid of
gave them all the fodder they needed.
Nigga, you already haven't been playing up to your level, and then on top of that, when you did come back last year, like y'all niggas got swept in 4 games to younger, more athletic niggas, and y'all ain't doing nothing but getting older. So we don't have any reason.
And you have too much extracurricular shit going on.
You lost your Nike, and you know what's crazy? I'm looking at it like this. We just saw what happened to Kanye, right?
Yeah.
And do none of y'all like look? See, Aaron Donald did the smart thing. Aaron Donald did the smart thing. He stepped away from Yay Sports. Brown.
Jaylen Brown didn't switch.
Donda Sports.
I thought he.
Donda Sports.
I was about to say if you was going with Jaylen Brown, I thought he reneged. I thought he
Jaylen Brown was gonna stay.
Oh,
he was his first reaction was, "I'm gonna stay," and
so he reneged and left.
Some power at B got on his ass. Hey,
his mama.
This is not the fight.
His mama.
That you want to fucking like. You know what?
His mama.
This is not the hill that I want to die on. This is not it.
His mama.
And maybe I'm tripping, y'all. Why the fuck are we losing out on generational wealth for these fucking opinions?
I got you.
Know what I'm saying? Like, nigga,
I can't agree with you there.
And I'm not saying that look, I get, you know what I'm saying, we want to fight particular fights and things of that nature.
It's a way to do.
But maybe there is something that I am not seeing. Maybe there's wool over my eyes, but I am not seeing a Jewish takeover, you know what I'm saying, within the black community, within the black culture.
But see, again, listen, this is what I'm
black
saying.
People don't know that anyway.
You have to be articulate, man. Like, especially when you get to this point, right? I believe that you're supposed to be articulate.
But Kyrie didn't say anything. And also, I looked for the tweet. Everyone that reported on it didn't say what he said. They just all reported that he shared the link. No, I don't think
he said anything that was...
whatever words...
He didn't say nothing egregious, but he did. There was something he wrote about...
Well, I'm saying whatever he said, it wasn't important. Because they didn't report. Nobody's reporting on it.
Nobody was even through the interviews, they were not talking about his writing. Only they would ever talk about in this interview
the link
was
he shared.
What you posted, and do you deny or do you denounce anti-Semitism? And he was just like, how can I be anti-Semitic? I can't be anti-Semitic.
That's my point.
I'm a black man. Or if you know where I come from, he didn't say black man, but if you know where I'm come from or that nature, you know that I can't be.
I know who I am. It's impossible for me to be
anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
So this is the issue. He kept doubling, tripling. Like he did the same thing Kanye did.
I got you.
He refused to apologize.
He did not do the same thing Kanye did.
He did.
No, he did not, bro.
Listen,
I'm not even gonna. No, because
listen
Kanye.
To what I'm saying. Let me land. When I said he did the same thing Kanye did, I specifically said he doubled down. He tripled down on the statement. I'm not saying that he said the same crazy shit. I'm saying that he posted the shit. People explained to him what was wrong with the post, and he said, "I'm standing on it." He said, "I'm standing on it."
Yeah,
that's what he did. He did wrong.
He didn't apologize originally.
Shit. I'm telling you what's wrong with what you're doing, right? If a girl tells you she's uncomfortable, that you're standing too close, and you move even closer to her, you're a fucking creep.
But this is also, but see, let's
he
make
did
sure.
say that I didn't make the video.
But see, let's make sure we're giving out all the information for context, because he did say I'm for unification of all people. I'm for unification of no matter your gender, no matter your religion.
I think that was after though, right?
This is before
the apology.
The apology and all that. This is maybe like one or 2 days after the post went up.
Yeah.
This is while he was still Nets background, post game.
They literally in his face with the microphone.
And he's just like, look, I'm for equality of everybody. If y'all know me, it doesn't matter your gender, it doesn't matter your religious belief, it doesn't matter. I want I'm all for everybody to love one another, this and that. So he's pretty much saying, without saying like, I'm sorry. He didn't use the words "I'm sorry," or he's not using the words of.
Thing. There's no such thing as saying sorry without saying.
But see,
sorry.
this is my thing. If we're getting to the point where if a nigga is not saying something, and we're going to cancel him, and if a nigga does say, you know what I'm saying,
but that's the point that I'm trying to get at, right?
Like he literally did not say anything that it was anti-Semitic,
and he's getting canceled.
You know what I'm saying? He did not. Now, did he post something from Amazon? Yes. But bro,
and you really don't think this shit has gone too far?
I can't feel sorry for him.
That ain't what I'm asking you.
It's not about feeling sorry or whatever the case may be.
There's 100 and something players in the NBA, and Kyrie's the only one going through it. No, I don't. No, okay, I don't feel like they're doing anything wrong.
Okay, all right. I
don't feel like they're doing anything wrong. That's wild. You were sitting in your house one fucking day, and decided that, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to post this shit.
But essentially what you're saying is no one can ever stand on anything.
That's
you know
not true. What do you mean? Listen, there's a bunch of political NBA players, bro. There's a bunch of political NBA players. What you're not finna do
because he didn't say
that we have some kind of fucking uprising of Jewish people that we need to be speaking on this shit right now.
But he didn't say that.
He
didn't say
some
that,
shit
though.
Listen, it was clearly, this is not even up for debate. It was clearly anti-Semitic, bro.
I
don't care if you're for unification or any of that. If I'm telling you, hey, listen, you just posted some you know what? Let's flip it. Fuck the Jewish shit. Let's say you post some shit that supports child pornography. You know what I'm saying? Some pedo shit. I'm telling you, hey, listen, you may not notice, but what you posted supports pedophilia, pedophilia. Uh-huh. And you say, well, I'm not for that. Well, can you apologize? Well, I'm for unification. Hold on, sir. Do you?
Hold on, wait. Pause here just for a second, because here's where I want to switch gears just for a second. The thing is if I tell you that I don't believe it's anti-Semitic because I believe I'm a Jew, then how is it possible that he's being that? See, you can say child pornography because, like, if someone say some stupid shit like, well, I believe I'm a child, so how can it be child pornography? Obviously, like, we going way left. But if he was sitting up here saying, like, no, y'all telling me I'm being anti-Semitic, but I'm telling you I'm not because I believe I'm a Jew.
But Raph, to me, that's still bullshit. And the reason
how's that bullshit?
I'm going to tell you why. Because, listen, I'm black, but I can still hate. I can
believe that shit.
Listen, I'm black, right? But I can still hate niggas. Case in point, Candace Owens.
No, let's see. I disagree. I'll give a better.
It's the same fucking thing.
No, it's not. I'll give a better example.
Okay.
For instance, both of y'all know, and this is just a little bit foreshadow
that was
for the
a good
next episode. Both of y'all know that I'm not really for the whole Black Lives Matter movement. Huh? All right, and I'll give my reasons for the next episode. So if you want to cancel me after the next episode.
Yeah.
But everybody knows that I'm not really for the Black Lives Matter. That's cool. I'm not really for the Black Lives Matter movement. Don't cancel the pod though. Yeah. But if I were to say that I'm not for the Black Lives Matter movement, you put a mic in front of me and said, but you know what you just said was like a racist thing for you not before the Black Lives Matter movement. Well, I'm not racist. We need you to apologize. Like, do you apologize? You know what I'm saying?
That is not the same thing at all.
Do you know what I would literally say?
It's not the same thing at all.
Here's what I'm saying. I do think you made a good point with, like, you can still be black and still, like, hate niggas. You know what I'm saying? So in which case I ain't take that into account. But I'm saying is hear me out here. I'm saying if Kyrie truly believed that he's Jewish, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm saying, and then they're attacking his own beliefs. You know what I'm saying?
Raph, again, it doesn't matter what he truly believes, but again, right? At the end of the day, is what was the message, right? The message that the masses received were, you believe in this movie, right?
Okay,
you believe in the idea.
So you focusing only on the movie.
I mean, this is what the world is focusing on.
I'm concerned with the fact that, like, I'm saying is it's just like
Prime, like in their description, did they have this movie as an anti-Semitic movie or a movie? Like, did they give like a warning?
I can't tell you the description. I can tell you that the actual content, right, denies the Holocaust.
That's
right?
Crazy.
It denies the Holocaust, and there's like a couple other like some major points that are clearly like. Questionable.
No. He definitely he said that there were points in there that were unfortunate, like his words.
Listen, and that's because someone was like, "Hey, listen, my dude, I don't know if you watched this shit, my nigga, but they
all the way through
they say some pretty crazy shit."
And that's crazy, right? Because what if and that would make the shit even worse. What if it's like he ain't even watched the shit,
but then
he watched it and then he apologized.
I'm gonna tell you something. No, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro.
Very possible.
Right? To me, I can almost guarantee you
that's what happened.
He didn't watch that shit.
He probably had a conversation with somebody.
He probably just saw the Hebrews to Negroes, like, oh yeah, that's the type of shit that I usually be on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that nigga finally went and watched that shit.
And that shit started. Ding, 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 ding.
And then that nigga was in a press conference the next day, like,
whoa.
But listen, again, and I'm gonna tell you, and it's unfortunate, right? It's unfortunate, and the reason why it's unfortunate is because had the Kanye West shit not happened, right? We probably don't even we're probably not even talking about this.
He would have never posted. He would have never posted that the Kanye West shit never happened.
I'm saying, even if he had,
he definitely tweeted that in support of.
Even if he did post it,
Most
I don't think
definitely.
we spotlight this shit. I don't think anybody spotlights that he broke the Negro shit.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I don't even think somebody does the fucking research to see what is he talking about.
I disagree. I'm gonna tell you right now. If Kyrie is already, mind you,
Kyrie is already a flat earther
located
though.
right now?
Exactly.
Where's Kyrie located? Where's Kyrie located right now? New York, right?
New York, yeah.
The most media. I mean,
but he's a flat earther though. Well, we are not just
who
showing
says
up
weird
this
shit?
nigga.
But what I'm saying is that if Kyrie would have if Kanye would have never happened and Kyrie would have posted the same thing he'd have posted, trust me when I say he would have still received backlash.
But maybe not to this extent though, right? It's hard
I don't
to tell.
know. I'm telling you right now. I think that if honestly,
Hold on, wait, is
it'd
the owner
probably been
Jewish?
worse.
Huh?
Is the owner Jewish?
No, but the owner, not the owner, but
the commissioner,
the commissioner of the NBA,
Adam Silver.
Oh no, he was still gonna get that work.
Exactly, bro.
He was still gonna get that
But
work.
you see what I'm saying?
But no, I hear you though. Yeah,
it's one of those things where like, and it probably honestly would have been worse because Kanye, like a lot of niggas is like, all right, fuck this nigga. Kyrie, he can be in this area. Was like, okay, I really didn't know. He didn't really say a lot.
Yeah.
But if there was no Kanye, trust me, all the haters would have definitely pointed.
No. I don't think so. I think
Kyrie's back.
I think this was a gut reaction because they probably feel like if we don't hurry up and pull the trigger on Kyrie, we might get some other
niggas
that start talking like this. And before we know it, now it's like we got a bunch of niggas talking about
Jewish on black.
Yeah, now we have like a real race thing going on.
I don't even know. I might be speaking out of turn because black people might be Jewish. I don't know.
Shit can go south quick. That's all I know.
I don't know.
But listen,
but it's about behavior though, because I do believe like if you let niggas get away with it.
I think because of their reaction though, it's about to get heavy, my nigga. Because you have people.
I don't know.
Listen,
I do think because Jaylen Brown came out.
Safety from the Ravens. They used to play with
Ray Lewis. Ed
Reed came out in support of Kyrie Irving.
But of course,
just like yesterday.
You gonna have supporters.
But he has a bunch of supporters, but not because of that he supports anti-Semitic shit, right? He's coming out pretty much against what they're trying to do to Kyrie, which is what Nick Cannon said. Again, I still believe what I believe,
Jay Morris.
Yeah, Nick Cannon. Listen, Nick Cannon has said some crazy shit. Nick Cannon is a believer of the whole fucking hero to Negroes. Mm-hmm. He denied the Holocaust. He said some crazy shit. Guess what?
He denied the Holocaust too?
Yes, he's done the same ideals, the same exact ideals that the hero to Negro shit. Like that's what he was on. Like he was spewing like that. Like
listen, y'all, I went to Amsterdam and the Holocaust really fucking happened. Like,
listen, he was spewing that shit. He was spewing that. He was going off. I can't remember exactly what the platform was, but he was going on a tangent.
It was his shit.
Oh yeah, it was on his own podcast. The incredible shit.
Yeah,
he was going on a tangent, and nigga, the cancel shit came out so fast, my nigga. They yanked Wild 'N Out from him.
Mm-hmm. Like
they yanked. What's the show that Terry Crews does now? America's Got Talent. They yanked.
No, he was on a Masked Singer. Oh, but no, the Masked Singer never dropped him though.
Nigga, he was also on America's Got Talent.
He was.
Yeah, but I think Terry Crews got on there before.
No,
that.
I think Terry Crews had went ahead and went.
He was
went
on
to,
there before
yeah,
that.
before
Terry
that.
Crews was on there for a couple
because
years
Nick Cannon took over. He been with the Masked Singer. The Masked Singer was the only
nigga,
one.
But no, nigga. I'm telling you, they took AGT from him because of that tangent.
Okay, all right.
They took AGT.
Well,
they were supposed to listen. Masked Singer. I think they did take it, but when after the apology, he got Masked Singer back, and then a year later or some shit, Wild 'N Out came back.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Obviously, he never got AGT back, but nigga, this was all because of the anti-Semitic shit he was saying. Now, what he said about Kyrie was that what they're doing to Kyrie right now is what they will call the buck slave, right? I think that's the word he used. And the example he gave was they bring out this particular slave, right? And they give him the 1,000 lashings. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And they want all the other slaves to see him get these lashings, right? So that they know, listen, you even think about getting on some same type of shit this nigga on. This is what you have in store for
that's
you.
That's actually what Kaepernick was, not Kyrie. If I want to use that,
but either way,
but that's what I'm saying. That's what Nick Cannon said is what he's saying. The 6 things, those 6 things. Yeah, he's saying that's his 1,000 lashings.
I don't know though. That's like a terrible reference because like I know like growing up, that shit used to happen to us. Like, nigga, if we wild out, if we broke some shit, nigga, like we were made examples of to not break shit anymore.
I understand, but I'm saying, listen,
I got you.
I'm saying he's saying what the media and what the world is doing to him is what is the same the 1,000 lashes the slave got is the 6 things that Kyrie is doing now. Now, he's not saying what Kyrie did was right or wrong or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But those 6 things is so that everybody else sees what they're about to do to him.
Of course, but
gets in line.
that's the whole point. That's the whole point of Preseason.
Now, look, I will be honest
That's why
with you,
you
bro.
went to prison. Is that so? Now you know. I'm
gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it a bean. If it's me and my race or my culture at stake, and you know what I'm saying, people just are coming for it unnecessarily, unprovoked.
Yeah.
I think I would have the same kind of reaction.
Yeah, you would
if
flex.
I had that kind of power.
Yeah, you would flex. That's why
like
what's happening.
Super fucking flex.
And we also got to ask ourselves as black people.
That's why
like,
what's happening to Kanye.
So can I ask you guys? Do you think it's wrong?
Yes, I still think it's wrong.
I think especially when you refuse to like acknowledge what I'm telling you about it.
If you're asking me, do I understand? Then my answer would be like, yeah, I can understand why he's going through what he's going through. I can understand like the repercussions and everything. Do I believe that it is wrong? My answer would be yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you one more question. So when the first opportunity they gave him, right, and they explained to him, and I'm sure before he even like went out into this press conference, they explained to him, hey, listen, this documentary that you posted, I don't know if you know this, but X, Y, and Z is being promoted in said in said documentary, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't get on board with that type of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to deny it. You have to apologize and just you have to distance yourself.
Yeah.
And he refuses to do that. He literally tries to take, he just tries to like sidewalk the shit.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's wrong for them to flex on him? Do you feel like it's wrong for them to like, you know what? Like you not understanding, like you refuse to listen to what we're trying to tell you. Like we're giving you a moment, or let me not even say, do you think it's wrong? Do you think that if he took that moment to acknowledge that I promoted something I shouldn't have been promoting, you know what I'm saying? And that I apologize and I do not believe that, the Holocaust didn't happen and boom, boom, boom. Do you think that the 6 things happens?
No.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay. All right. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
I just still think that like, yo, we still in a constant flux here where it's like, I'm not saying that Kyrie isn't wrong, but again, it's like, at what point is anything protected? Because he didn't do anything wrong, and like we're seeing this reaction. Now it's entirely possible.
He did something wrong though.
What?
Look, my nigga, you're spreading shit that says the Holocaust didn't happen.
But my point is like he didn't physically do anything wrong. That's what I'm saying. He did not break a law.
He didn't
break a law.
Doing something wrong and breaking a law are 2 different things, Rav. We know that. Everybody knows that.
But again, my point, the point here is just he shared a link. That's it. That's all to it.
When he took his fingers to share that goddamn link, he did something wrong.
No, he
physically did something wrong.
I don't agree with that.
This is truly tough for me because
like now we don't understand the purpose of freedom. Like now you don't have freedom to do anything.
The reason why I'm saying
you can share anything you want, bro.
Okay, you
can do whatever you want, right? You can do whatever you want.
Let me ask you this. If Luka Doncic were to post something, and this is really me being playing devil's advocate because I'm torn. But if Luka were to post something that, some link to a video that showed that slavery was a choice or slavery never happened, MLK was not like murdered or whatever the case may be, and it became like a black people. It became something that we like decided we're going to take this on as our fight for today.
Yeah.
Well, how would you feel about Luka? Do you think that he should be canceled the way that Kyrie's getting canceled?
No, he got dead on his ass.
No.
Or do you think?
Because
do you
again,
think
like
Then he got dead on his ass.
we're not talking about what they would have done. We know what they would have done. The question is,
What are you talking about? Especially if he would have pulled a Kyrie and tripled down on it.
The question is
that is where like I feel like the issue is. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about from the reaction of him getting suspended 5 games. I don't think that was if was the 5-game suspension because he doubled down on the fact that like okay, all right, so all right. That's where I'm at, right? I'm tripping because like I'm thinking all of this reverts back to the fact that he just simply tweeted some shit. And albeit it's super fucked up, but like to me, it's egregious to go through all this shit for just the fact that he tweeted some shit. If you're telling me and maybe it's I didn't absorb that part of it, that it's because like we came to him and we said like, yo, nigga, you were dead ass wrong for this shit here.
You know what?
And you just completely dismissed that shit, which I don't think even still he just dismissed that shit.
My nigga, he dismissed it. He said everything.
Oh, he did say I ain't make the movie. So yeah. Okay, I got you.
Dismissed it.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
I know who I am.
Like,
I know who I am. Sir, listen, why are you promoting that? I'm not promoting, but you tweeted it. Like you gave it life on your platform.
You know what? You know what? Kyrie, and y'all seen this live because I'm really changing my mind. Kyrie,
my God.
Kyrie definitely had to go through some type of repercussion for what he did.
Yeah.
Hey, is there like some kind of sound that you listen? I'm talking about my nigga changed his mind live on the fucking podcast, my nigga.
Yo, let's go.
You need to listen. We need a sound for that.
That's wild, nigga. Because y'all niggas don't never agree.
Come on, my nigga.
Like, nigga, this a first, nigga. We got the second episode. We got an agreement, nigga.
I'll tell you.
Oh no, we agreed on the on Kanye getting his shit kicked in because of saying all the shit that he
for sure.
Okay. So second agreement.
But I'm saying, listen, I'm talking about. I don't know if it was my argument or what, my nigga, but my nigga changed his mind.
The reason,
no, you walked us into it.
I'll tell you what changed it. His argument definitely helped, but I'm a capitalist. Like I really do believe that. Okay, if I make a business right now, and I keep it running, like me and my brother have always talked about. All right, well, let's do this business. Like we throw ideas at each other all the time. If one of our ideas pop and it's starting to work, and all of a sudden, like the business is now a multi-billionaire, billion-dollar conglomerate.
Oh, yeah.
And
one nigga say some crazy shit
is coming out here with like some racist,
fuck out of here,
some racist comment. And even though I'm sitting up here in my office and I'm kind of like, man, I do not give a fuck about this comment.
Get the fuck out of here.
To distract from the product that we're putting on the floor.
Yeah.
Like now our product is now like in this race war or in this whatever.
Kick rocks, nigga.
You know what I would say?
But I understand that part of it.
I know what I would say immediately. Hey, whoever this guy is, hey, first and foremost, get out there, apologize. And then if
he starts doubling down,
if you can't apologize, then you know what you need to do. Get the fuck out.
Listen, I'm gonna give you 6 things. I'm gonna give you 6 things to do, nigga.
See, I'm good. I'm good with that, right? But like, I agree with Nick Cannon here. That like, yo, this is like some next level shit. I'm good with like, yo, either cut that nigga, you know what I'm saying, or suspend that man 5 games and call it what it is. It's all this extra shit.
Now, hold on.
They are calling it what it is, though.
Now, listen. Now, if this nigga is a pivotal like player in my company, like
I don't think they want
I'm gonna give him 6 things, nigga. I had no problem. I'm gonna give him 6 things.
As a matter of fact, this is really his second try.
Y'all think the Nets still want Kyrie?
Yes.
No,
I don't think the Nets want him.
Yes.
I think it's a bitterssweet kind of.
I think
deal.
they figured out that it's not working.
I think the relief of not having to deal with this nigga is just as good as having this nigga be your point guard. You know what I'm saying? I think the relief of not having to deal with the extra shit that comes with it is just as good a feeling.
That's the thing.
These niggas have a championship team.
We believe
but Durant wants out. Durant wants out.
Talent.
We believe that.
Bro, Durant's been winning out since last year. That nigga not going nowhere. Okay, so we can dead that.
Yeah, them niggas wanted like 6 first-round picks for that.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is that these niggas have a championship contending team right now. Like as far as on paper.
Don't have no shooters though, but okay, yeah.
On paper. So if Kyrie is out of that mix, first and foremost, no free agent is coming over here. Like that's not happening. There's nobody trading that's going to want to be traded to the Nets right now. So the only thing you got right now is what you have. So if Kyrie is gone for whatever reason, you can kiss a potential championship.
I think money talks in the NBA now, though. I really do, and it's Brooklyn. It's New York.
Look, bro, these niggas just fired a coach after one season.
They hired Ime.
Yeah, but they're saying Ime's supposed to be coming over there.
They hired Ime. They gonna get a star.
Back a coach that is already entrenched in controversy. Your star player is already. I mean, it's controversy.
But you saying it like it's just like he's dragging like so much.
It doesn't fucking matter. It's
mud with
controversy.
It kind of though.
Let me tell you something. See, as a nigga who plays sports, what you don't want is you don't want distractions.
But Ime's a good coach though.
A great coach.
I'm not saying that he's
Great.
not.
From the execs down to the players, they all say he's amazing.
That's not the argument. The fact obviously for him to get a job after such scandals lets you know how good of a talented coach that he is. First year playing, first year coaching, you took a team to the championship. You that nigga. We know you that and they're all young. What's like you had veterans on the team that had championship like intangible.
I mean, they got some years in the game though, but yeah.
Listen, even after the scandal,
they were battle tested though.
Even after the scandal came out, like almost his whole starting lineup was like, "Hey, like I don't care, I'm still with him." You know what I'm
sure. Even the Celtics,
but
even the Celtics came out and said like, "Or is this gonna be for one season?" You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna bring him back.
I got you, but I think we didn't got way off topic. But I'm gonna tell you this: you can't tell me that a max contract of $50 million a year, New York, and a proven coach that can get niggas to a championship, and being a black coach at that. Ain't enough to get a star player in the Brooklyn, bro.
Especially if you get rid of Kyrie.
You telling me $50 million a year ain't bringing you to Brooklyn?
This is what I am gonna say.
And they got KD there.
Exactly, you got KD there.
Look,
who dropped in 25 in his sleep?
Y'all think y'all have KD there? The problem is,
what this nigga just said he not going nowhere.
Okay, KD after this season, he has like one more season left.
Yeah,
and then that's it. So even if you do get over there, are you gonna sign? Like how long of a deal are you gonna sign? And another thing about KD is. As we all know that I don't want to get off and getting into like a sports situation.
Yeah, because women tapping out right now.
We do not fucking know if KD is able to like elevate a team to a championship. We don't know that. Damn. We have not seen it.
Oh no, that's facts.
So I don't
that's big facts.
I don't want to sit up here.
Yeah.
Like
that's big facts.
No,
we ain't debating that. I done debated too many niggas on that shit.
The nigga that we were expecting to elevate them to a championship was who? Kyrie.
Yeah.
That was the nigga that we expected to be the nigga to elevate them. So if you lose Kyrie, in my opinion, you might have just throw the whole project away.
I think
and start all over.
Again, I still think that $50 million a year, proven head winning coach, and still a KD who at best, if he's your second best player, if I believe I'm Batman and I got KD as my second best player, I'm willing to give it a shot. If
like this,
depending on the roster,
cut KD if you want to. Cut him.
Cut KD.
Cut him.
Kyrie.
I mean, cut Kyrie if you want to.
I don't know.
If you don't think the Lakers will pick his ass up before he gets to the street,
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Nigga,
with all the weirdo shit, nah,
I won't be surprised.
Dog, he got so much weirdo shit, bro. LeBron and him have already played together.
I think so,
of course he go. Mind you, if you notice, LeBron was very he was very smart on how he handled.
I feel you, but I don't know because I do that shit in fantasy football too. I won't drop a nigga just in case the nigga starts working out.
Yeah.
Because I can't afford for this nigga to get picked up by anybody else.
Come on now.
He ain't working out now, but I need to make sure that he don't never work out. He'll ride that bench to the end.
Come on.
Because I didn't win championships off niggas dropping boys.
Christian McCaffrey went to the 49ers. Jeff Wilson on my team. I held on to that nigga.
Yeah, bro.
Held on. And guess what?
No.
The nigga ended up getting traded to Miami. And guess what? That nigga scored a touchdown at 60 yards. I ain't gonna drop you.
I almost dropped ETN because James Robinson was clearly the first round back. You know what I'm saying? I would have fucked up. That nigga's been cooking. So, you know what? Y'all making some valid points tonight. I appreciate that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking.
We might need to start a sports podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, he tried to get on you about the sports podcast.
Talking about old shit. We was over there. talking about old shit.
Why you bringing up old shit, my nigga? You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
All right, hold on. Last quick 5-minute take. All right, so you already know what me and this nigga reside. This nigga's all super Mr. Lovable over here. You team Brady. Why you feel like Tom Brady ain't in the wrong for the Giselle in the divorce situation?
Tom Brady's not in the wrong because he has one craft that he's been working on for the majority of his life.
Okay.
All right. And that is to be a quarterback for a football team. And he has the ability to do so. And even though his expiration date probably should have been 1 or 2 years ago, he's still as far as the longevity,
given the time frame of what niggas usually
career has given off from years, he has the ability to move past that. It can play to 45, 46, 47. If what we believe that they're getting divorced because he's still,
we absolutely know that's the reason why.
Come on,
she's had multiple interviews.
I'm just gonna say this. I think it's fucked up. Now at the end of the day,
wait. So we're not taking into account that it's possible that he reneged.
He 100% reneged.
I'm gonna put it this way: if he did renege, it just lets me know how much of a competitor and how much of somebody that he is.
This is a red flag. Hold on. This is a red flag. Listen to all the women out there that want to date this nigga.
My nigga got a Tesla, dog. Don't listen to this nigga.
It might be a red flag.
Want to date this nigga. Vows mean nothing to this nigga, dog. Vows mean nothing. Nothing.
Okay. I get where he's coming from. I already know where you reside, nigga. I don't even need your opinion. Here's the point here.
Can you make it clear for them what my opinion is?
Here's the thing, man. Because
make it clear, please.
I'm a married man.
Uh-huh.
With 2 kids.
Uh-huh.
And I'm totally in love with my wife.
Uh-huh.
Now, I'm not biblical by any standpoint, but I firmly believe that a man's greatest purpose in life is to take care of his family.
Uh-huh.
And for you to throw that away, for which I believe Tom Brady is in the most unique situation of anybody that's ever had to. He has nothing left to accomplish.
Yeah.
What he has is he has a sour taste in his mouth from the fact that like he didn't win and he thought he was literally going to be able to walk out on that. He had 2 years left on his deal. He couldn't leave, you know what I'm saying?
With 2 W's.
He couldn't leave on a Super Bowl win the first year. So he lost second year. I'm pretty sure he wanted to come back. But he sat down, he had a conversation with his wife. He decided, yo, you know what? You've given everything. I've asked you for everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how the conversation went, but I'm sure it went somewhere like this. Okay, I can go ahead and walk away from this. For you to renege on that is one of the greatest betrayals ever.
In a couple of days.
For you to renege on that to me is one of the greatest betrayals ever because of the fact that like I'm pretty sure you and your wife made that decision together. And then for you to go off of that, you know what I'm saying, and completely renege is just ridiculous to me because again, it's costing him his family.
And mind you, this is not the same as like
a nigga in his prime,
or like you're like some kind of conglomerate or CEO of a Fortune like 600 or some shit. This is different, right? This is like you're giving your body and your mind to football. You know what I'm saying?
But also, he has nothing left to accomplish. He has accomplished everything.
Oh, yeah, he's the greatest player every fucking record. But this is the thing, though. You can start a game, right? And by the time you finish that game, you will not be the same person you were when you started.
Look, this is what we gotta understand.
That's the nature of football.
This is what we gotta.
I'm sure that's why she wants this nigga to retire.
No, that ain't why.
I'm saying it's a big reason.
If you watch the interviews, it's literally because she has to do everything on her own. Every interview was her talking about how hard it is when that nigga's away. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't know how much you mean by like on her own. I'm pretty sure that if
she said help, that she's lived her own life for a long time already.
Yeah, if she needed help to do stuff, she could put, I mean, I'm sure they could hire like help for that. But
the reality is she wants him around.
Yes, that is what it is. And this is what I'm going to get at.
His kids want him around.
I get it. I 100% understand and get like what you just said. And it makes perfect sense. And I'm not knocking it. Do I think that he is at fault for certain things? Yes. Do I think that that is probably why they're getting divorced? Exactly how you articulated it? Most definitely.
Yeah.
But even with all that, I'm going to sit up here and tell you that, you know what I'm saying, when you have something that you have worked on your whole life, like this is your craft. And I'm sure it was very hard for him to even muster up the words to get to the point to say, you know what, after this year, I'm done, blase. And he did leave with a bad taste in his mouth, wasn't able to hit the expectation that he wanted to hit. It's hard for me to sit up here and say, you know what, like, you feel like you still got something in the tank. If you do take a year off, you take 3 years off, like this is it.
Yeah.
Bro, he didn't get there with that kind of mindset that you just explained. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He got there with a very hungry mindset. It doesn't matter how much food is in that fridge, it's not enough. You know what I'm saying? And if he has the ability to still go out there and eat and go out there and hunt, then I just believe that knowing that there's going to be lesser years and more, just suck it up and do what you got to do. And I'm going to tell you why. Because, fine, you get divorced. Let's just say that after this year he's done or after next year he's done, right? You cannot tell me that it was worth it. Like that divorce was worth it. There is that divorce now is nothing because she's miserable right now. Like, yeah, they got divorced and whatever. She's miserable.
Yeah.
The same way he is miserable. You know what I'm saying? Is it just because he like went back on something? Like he obviously probably did not want to go back.
My issue is like, given the circumstances, it is obvious that he walked away from the game because of just because of Giselle and the family.
Of course.
And my issue is entirely, and like, this is just me. And to be honest with you, if it was just him and Giselle, I would be like, yo, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
It's the fact that he has kids. You know what I'm saying? And like, I know for a fact that like that shit has to be hard on his children. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And again, my thing is I hear you, but nigga, he has nothing left to accomplish. If he won another Super Bowl, he still wouldn't prove shit.
No.
You would just continue a legacy that's already cemented. Like he has nothing left to prove.
To take his
I
point.
don't know, man. I think when it comes to something like that, like you do still have more to prove.
Listen.
And the things what you have to prove is something that has never been done before. Like,
Oh my God.
that and like, bro, for
He's
real,
already done with that shit that can't be done.
You got to think about it. Before MJ,
The man's playing older than anybody.
when MJ won 5 of them things, like people probably were like, bro, you're done. You don't have nothing else to prove. And after he won 6, and
He was still in his prime though.
after he won 6 of them, and he was going to Washington.
To be
People probably
honest, he
told him
retired
have nothing-
early. Like, to be honest, even when he retired, there was like, it was too early.
Whenever he went to
But look,
Washington, people probably told me you have nothing to prove.
Listen,
Like,
Ugo, let me ask you something. The same point that you made, right? To take the same point that you made, right? You said that she would like if she asked herself, "Is it worth it?" You'll feel like it's not worth it, right? For the divorce, right? My question is, even if this man, right, has an undefeated season, goes to the Super Bowl and wipes the floor with them, does he leave that game asking himself, was this worth a divorce?
It doesn't matter if his family doesn't mean that much to him.
you know, and I don't want to say that his family. See,
But I'm asking,
this is tough.
Okay, hold on. Talking about that was an unfair statement. But what is not unfair is for him. But what is fair and inbounds is for him to say football means more to him than his family.
But that's my point. That's my point.
That is an absolute statement.
And like, listen, in what world do you say it's okay to, or do you say that it's worth it to have a great season?
I'm not in Tom Brady's psyche. Okay, so
But I'm asking you personally.
I get it.
Is it worth it? Is the Super Bowl win worth it to have to divorce your wife and come up with a custody plan for you and your kids?
The reason why I find it to be an unfair question is because if you were to ask me with the state of mind that I have right now, where I'm at, if I accomplish what Tom Brady accomplished, would I retire and go live off with my, supermodel wife and my 2-3 kids? Of course, I would do it. But I'm also going to tell y'all right now that, look, I ain't get this supermodel wife. I did not get to the NFL, and I did not get to being this legend, this walking legend that y'all are talking about. If I had this nigga's mentality. His mentality is 1 out of like a billion. You get what I'm saying? Like, he legitimately went in like the 6th round or 8th round in his draft.
So
untouched.
Because of that is why Tom Brady is right over Giselle.
I'm not
But that was the question. That was the original question.
I don't want to even. My thing is, I don't want to even say like who is right and who is wrong. But what I am going to say is that if he feels like this is his purpose, you have to realize that like it's, sometimes it's hard to tell somebody step away from your purpose. If he legitimately feels like this is his purpose, right, and he wanted to step away from it, probably did. You don't know what it had, what toll it took on his psyche. You don't know if he was fine. He spent that time with his family and just was unhappy because he just wasn't doing what he found purpose in being. He just wasn't wanting to wake up and be a husband or wake up and be a father.
My dude,
you won't ever have that experience to just wake up and only be a husband or wake up and only be a father. You have to wake up and still provide and have a purpose to do so, right? Yeah. So for him, we could talk about all the money and this and that, but maybe to him it was, man, bro, what am I fucking doing?
The money clearly ain't the reason.
Like, I'm itching for something, and what I'm itching for is right there. Like, he obviously has a fix to it.
I hear all that.
What's killing me, dog, is like you completely discount the fact that he's been doing this for so long, and to reach the moment that you retire, he retired. I mean, the man got on the stage and he retired.
I don't think he wanted to retire.
But listen, whether or not you wanted to do it, dog, whether or not you wanted to do it, you did it.
I mean,
right? To arrive at that moment, dog, it's clear to anybody who was watching this from the outside.
But you arrived on that moment on false pretense. You arrived. You get what I'm saying?
That you got here in tandem. That you got here in tandem. That you and someone arrived at this moment.
And that's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand, bro. Listen to me when I tell you that when you are cut short from doing something and you did not arrive at that decision on your own, you will always have a level of like disdain about that situation. If right now you are a track runner, and you wake up tomorrow, you're involved in an accident, you got your legs cut off, right? And you are forced to walk away from running ever again, you're going to have a disdain forevermore. Now, think about if you're a track runner and tomorrow your wife says, hey, man, can't run track no more. You may do it because you love your wife. You're going to get on that podium. You're going to say, hey, man, I'm retired. I'm done.
But that's my point, though.
But then you're just mentally going through it because you cannot do what you love to do. And you know you can still do it at a high level.
There's so many other factors that you're not putting in.
I have seen so many interviews with people who gave it all up, gave the family up for their career. And then at the end of it, they were left, trying to rebuild these relationships that they gave up. It's not a matter of, to me, whether or not it's worth it. It's a matter of, it's unquestionable. It's unquestionable to me what is more important to him. If you have two options here, you have football and you have your family, and you are knowing that divorce is imminent if you do not give up football, then you care about football more than your family. That's a fact. And so my thing is to me, and again, this is just an opinion, a man has no greater purpose in life than to take care of his family. And if you know that like you're getting ready to lose your family behind your career choices, you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? And I hope for Tom Brady that at the end of it all, it will be worth it. But
he still spend time with his kids. I think he did a whole like weekend. I know it's not the same, but
I mean, it's true. And then this man was getting ready to take on, the CBS role. He still wasn't going to be home like that. So she still was not necessarily getting everything that she wanted. So I'm saying, and then you couple that with the fact that I firmly believe that he reneged on a deal, which to any wife, that would seem like the greatest of betrayal. It's like, well, damn, what do I mean to you? I'm looking at it from her perspective. We made this decision together. We finally have the family life that I would have wanted, and you go renege. And knowing knowing that this meant the world to her, does not her dreams matter to you at all. And for me, I know that shit would break me.
That to me is the most important part. You arrived here. You retired. You got here, even though it's clear that you didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
For you to do something, for you to arrive at this moment, you had to express to Giselle how much you didn't want to. Mm-hmm. She had to express to you how much like this is a moment that she's been waiting for. You've accomplished so much, and at some point you felt like her argument outweighed yours.
Man, look,
it was a back-breaking moment,
dog. He could have
got
his arm twisted, though. It just depends.
Listen, I don't know how you get your arm twisted. Like
she could have been levying the divorce shit. She could have been like,
"Yo, it's definitely putting that over his head." Like, hey, if you don't do it, and he probably said, "Like, you know what? Fuck football." Like, and thought that he could be done with it. Mm-hmm. But you know what I'm saying? Maybe he felt like he left. He still had he lost in a fashion he was not expecting to lose. Maybe he felt like he still has more gas in the tank. Look, man, I'm just telling you all this because I've been there where you feel like. You know what I'm saying? You are just like, mentally, you're not doing what you are like, your purpose is meant out there for you to do. And when you're in that place, it's tough. So what I always suggest is like, you got to do what makes you happy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And what you're saying is that you might be right, is that maybe he choosing football over his family or being married.
I mean, that's what he is doing.
If that's the case, then I still got to be Team Brady. Okay. The reason why I say that is because if he would have chose the other route and God forbid went off and offed himself or whatever the case may be, because like some of these football players be doing, obviously he didn't play the same position as a linebacker or a running back or whatever, but maybe he was just, you know what I'm saying?
But that's almost virtually inevitable if CTE is the underlying cause.
If that's going to happen, it's going to happen regardless.
Yeah, so we can't necessarily use that.
But I'm just saying, if you'd have gotten to a bad mental spiral,
because of the fact that he walked,
because of that, like, look, bro, do what makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? Still be a good father to your kids. Yeah. Maybe you can no longer be a husband to, your wife, obviously. Yeah. But still be a good father to your kids and be a good damn football player for as long as you.
Well, his kids are now old enough to know as well. They hear them arguing. They hear what the issue.
You're going to have to explain to them like, hey, look, I chose.
You keep talking about purpose and stuff, bro. Like, I understand what you're saying.
So you telling me if your dad chose football over being with you more, you would be okay with that?
Absolutely not, my nigga. I'm not even. Look, absolutely not.
I'm about to say what?
I'm not even saying that I'd be okay with it. What I'm saying is that
he's not thinking about the kid's perspective. He's saying like the mindset and the person who built that man, right, is like you have to understand like what makes him tick. And
I mean, I get that.
And I'm gonna be real with you. She probably knew that if, mind you, she married this man. she probably knew that like this is probably how he's built, like how he's operated. He is obsessed. You know what I'm saying? With
true.
like, there is no such thing as being like satisfied even after you accomplish a goal that you set for yourself. He probably told himself, man, I want to win 4 championships. Nigga got 6 or 7 of them. And now he's like, shit, I want to win 8 or 10. You know what I'm saying? So she probably knew the type of man that she married.
Yeah.
And it's probably like, you know what, I'm putting this line in the sand, do not cross it. And he decided last minute, like at the 11th hour, man, fuck this line. You know what I'm saying? So, look, all I'm saying is this.
I don't know if there's a right or wrong.
I don't think either person is better off based on a divorce. I don't see Giselle getting married tomorrow with anybody that is probably going to bring her the type of, you know, what she's expecting that Tom Brady, you know, just in 1 or 2 years, unless he does retire in that time. Now what? Was the divorce like, what was gained through this divorce? Because you're not getting help now from this nigga. But see, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but the issue is like, again, like you see it from a black and white logistic situation, and I don't think you've seen it from her perspective.
No, I
like
get it.
She is seeing it from like he is choosing football over his family. Like, I can't imagine what that shit feels like.
And you're also talking to somebody who, like, bro, she's a multi-millionaire.
Yeah, she's rich.
She
was rich on her own.
I don't know about more money.
No, I know, bro. She got bread.
Not now, though.
I'm sure.
But at one point, she probably did.
I'm thinking at one point.
Because remember, somebody made an interview talking about how like Tom Brady didn't have to be the breadwinner in his house, like, or that he wasn't. Oh, Dak Prescott said that. Remember, he was talking about like, well, you know, I got to get my $40 million because
that's how you know for him.
Tom Brady was taking,
that's how you know for him. It's not even about money. This is about like straight up accomplishments. Like, he's wanting to like break all sorts of boundaries and records. I think he has
for 100,000 yards.
100,000.
He has. I'm telling you, I'm a firm believer that he wants to ride out into the sunset. I like Ray Lewis got it. Peyton Manning got it. I firmly believe that
he wants to win one and then retire.
Yeah.
Which, to be real with you, he should have just done after his first year with the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
And I know it would have been kind of fucked up to do that to the organization because they were planning on having you for 2 to 3 years. Yeah. But if I were him, once I won that one, I'd have quickly came out.
Yeah, but again, hey guys, I'm talking about
I'm very sorry. I'm done.
I am good with this decision had he not retired. You know what I'm saying? Had he come back, you know what I'm saying he was coming back, and then we find out, hey, Giselle is leaving Tom Brady for whatever. That's where I'm at on it. Just so that's just so that way
but
we
it's
have a
clear the conversation that he agreed to retire.
We believe.
I'm surprised that you would even say that and you would feel that way, because I'm looking at it like this. He probably had the intent, exactly what y'all are thinking, like, man, took her feelings, you know, into account, my family, this and that. I do need to be done, right?
Yeah.
And then had the retired life for a little bit, was like, I cannot do this.
Intentions don't matter.
But he reneged.
Intentions don't matter. It's about what you actually do.
The only way he comes back and she now they decided they're going to get a divorce is because he reneged. You get what I'm saying? Like, unless we get like some podcast episode one day where he talks about how like I was totally blindsided by the divorce because when I told her I was coming back, she was in support of it. Then like I'm gonna be like, all right, well, let me take my foot out my fucking mouth because I was dead wrong.
Exactly.
But all accounts show that like that ain't the reason why he went to OTAs and then he had to leave for like a fucking week or two because like, you know what I'm saying?
Days.
Yeah, like it was clearly some shit was up. And I didn't even know that it was because of that. I thought nigga got caught cheating or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I thought she was about to be fucked. I'm about to be like, we about to have a Tiger Woods situation around this motherfucker. I didn't even know it's because like my man unretired. But then like people started putting out like all these like interviews of how like she talks about how like hard it is not having Tom Brady home. And I'm saying like they like I'm to finish it out, I'm just saying if we take into account the fact that like I believe they came to the decision together, albeit whether or not he wanted to or didn't want to, that's the reasons you get married is because you believe that like you are going into this bond and this thing together. And so if he established early, you know what I'm saying, that the one thing that he would never give up was football, again, I'm good with that. But I'll just feel like for you to walk away, you know what I'm saying, and Tom being the person he is, so full of himself, you know what I'm saying, understanding who he is as a person, he had to come to the realization as well that like, yo, you know what, it's time, you know what I'm saying? And then he reneged and that shit, and Giselle more than likely said, yo, here's the thing, it's a football or us. He chose football. I ain't saying it's right or wrong, But I know that my thought process, every man I've known that I've ever looked up to, family came first. And so if a man don't take care of his family, then how can anyone take him seriously? And that's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally, but I'm just tripping on this nigga reneging.
At the end of the day, it's just, for me, it's like after you're done with this, you know, whether you win or whether you don't, now it's like, now what? And I cannot,
and
like,
they in danger of not even making the playoffs.
Crazy.
I can't come to that moment and be like, oh, let's get back together or any, like, to me
It's possible.
Like, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Tom Brady's that white dude from White Man Can't Jump now.
Word.
It's over with.
It's a wrap.
Sometimes you win, but you lose.
Yeah.
Sometimes you lose, but you win.
Yeah. And then I'm saying it's possible that they don't even make the playoffs. And then if they do make the playoffs,
they number one in their division though.
Oh damn.
No, are they?
Yeah.
Over the Panthers.
He might make the playoffs.
They number one in their division.
Over the Saints, for real.
They got a worse record. They got a worse record than the Patriots, and they number one in their division.
Seahawks made it at a 7-9 or 7-9, right?
7-2.
7.
No, they got their number one in their division.
No. I'm saying Seahawks made it in the playoffs that one year, right, with a losing record. First team ever, right? And then they beat the Saints. Remember, Marshawn ran all over them niggas.
Very possible.
It was a losing season. They were the only team. Like they made a big deal out of it, right? Like should they allowed to?
What
all
are
I
the
do know
Buccaneers
is that
ranked?
the Eagles are undefeated though.
Here goes this nigga. Hey, Eagles doing the thing, and I got hurts in my fantasy league, so I'm running all over niggas.
Yes, sir.
All right. Oh, well, with that being said, y'all, we done kept y'all long enough. I'm pretty sure this is a 2-hour episode. Hopefully y'all stay to the end of this shit. With that, we appreciate everything. Till next time, go and sign off. It's your boy, Mr. Temporary Rose.